Order for Mamma Kwaba, Emra Adom TV. And Cranchesem, you may dear, I her, Ghana, her weapon Abenyano. Same in the addition, whom crying, am I home a quanchire or Brabum. Me, I made you, my dear, and what charming, a dear, I'm just so a neat equitego. But your boy with Dianca Emede Mate Medase. Na ye koswa can your ma, they say ye ma a sombo and my brabo. On say, Ayana, a yama a man crofo. Yana ye can some a show beam kunai. Yana ye fakwenya biso a buan crofo. Na emine do I say any never I say bisa then I miss meet my mamma home. Na ene de amede banam I say start valuing the lessons from your mistakes and failure. Start valuing the lessons. One say abraba ye boy obi anu a wo ye bofo a wote asase so. Porto can say there's no one who is perfect. Enti kwan bia so no oye bibia sinto beba ho. Tele bia bedin kuguo. Ebia koton ade ne ya ntoni nyinara. Ebia na ukosua ade wan paase. Ebia na ware no anya bibia na ukunu be bibia be ofe ana oyere be bibia be ofe. Obi ani adwuma no nya bre bia na ne suban bi beda suban bia de be wa ne gye. Sinto eni nkuguo eka brabo akwantuo. Sese woje saade wetumu prekope. Na bisa ho se sinto ba adishande ba na betimi asua free me sinto mu anamfom so ho anam nkuguo ho. Mistakes are made for you to learn new lessons as you correct your mistakes. Failures are the stepping stones to success. Obi a wadi nkunim bia no ni nkuguo mre ebaye. Na hwe ase mre ebaye. Ni sinto mre ebaye. Na empo, ne mfom so mre ebaye. Na sede ogina asa ne ma wi ano epa aduro ene empo kranhye ehye ne nkran a wo free mu no ennene. If you are not failing from time to time, that means you are not trying hard enough. If you are brabo ayeboye, baby wa wonko hoda obeyira. Na wo yira na bisa ya kire kwan na wahunu. Sana brabo te. Abrabo ya akwantuo. Enye emu nioma nyina ye enim. Awade ya akwantuo. Enim ade chimu nsam. Nanso sinto beba. Amfonso beba. Nkuguo de ebeba. Na enisi agina we no edetwa ho ka. Ena sinto aba majamu e, ena nkuguo aba majamu o, ena dabi. Nkuguo no de enti na ebaaye. Afomso de enti na ebaaye. Eden na meyoye anamanyo. Adwen be na medwen anamanwene. Kasa be na meka ya anamanka ama sinto ne mfomso na aba. Sese misisa ne ma wemu. Na ne aminim ne mekopeka ho na meyo. Sinse metra ho abosobo atwidi asu ede masam akosho obi. Ese utwana muntu abere biara. And then to appreciate the fact that you have to push yourself beyond your limit. And transfer ko. Se me de se na minim se e no man sa da bi. Ese utimi botra ne awunim no so. Na nya desuade foforo e de ka ne awunim no ho. De mpo wo yo na se sinto ba. Esan se wo try se obeya sinto aba nti. Why bi? Na wo hwara de na akwanim. Wahu. Se utimi ka kire won se big achievements come to those who make big trials. Abosobo kase eba woni a ona desuade so nempo woto ana montuo kase. Na de bia na atefa ko. Oh, my enfom so da. Enti misuro se mekwa foforo ebia my enfom so. Obi yemfom so obi fa ha na ankoye. Meso me nkofa ho. Obi koye no odi nkuguo dabi onye obi. Sempo obi fa ho no yemfom so a adisade be na betimi asua free mu. Obi fa ho na nkuguo baaya a ede na betimi asua free nkuguo na waya abo atra. Suban eye da bia de sua. Suban enyina so any sinto ni nkuguo mre ni mfom so baaya. You see, experiences are the best teachers. Experience is your best teacher. Se okoye na ankoyi a osua de na ade akọ anim. Afi start being polite and kind to yourself. Ade emede. Ma woni so wankasa. Na wankasa ye ho adoye. What na make na say? Ma wani so wankasa ne empo ye ho adoye obu a woni so nipa na wankasa wabrabo de woni nso okasa obi wa na akasa na manfo dwane okasa enkyere ni so wadwene enkyere ni so wotare hye enkyere ni so usuban enkyere ni so ma woni nso ho na bi san se de na metimi aya ebeda de se mani so me ho
eda etwato ewo osana na se August bosumi mu eye eneda ukwada ya nyame ede a chen ye de nyame ase ema ye nkwa ene ya brabo ora ni tekote gonso ye dase ene onkura nhesema ode ahya ase bedwam dwumadi no amaye afa no sia no abonte mekenka kase no ede amawade di makote bia obetene se so afọ wohwe akwan ehonsem so akakopie committee a eno ewo mrahye bedwanim akakokire no se de oman ya kwan no ne pempen so edrum National Cathedral Sodan and some penifo chese sikani ho enti wo mo atwentwen so kakra ansa ebika we ho na eye bedwam kase no medinde ma metra diamond mema wache so far wo hwe o man ya kwan ne akwanti ho nsam so kwasi am akwata akwakopie mrahye bedwafie eku a wo fra wo se government assurance committee e de o man ya kwan ahodo a wo ye no ba bia wa ye ba bia wa hya ase ba bia fe no be hya ase ene ne pempen so nyina ne o hawa wo ho no akotosa ekuwe yanim
of the ministry. But you see, the road sector, you know, is peculiar in certain regards. The committee and, of course, my good self are aware. So he was creating the impression, which I believe is true, you know, that if nothing is done to the road, any moment from now, if the area should experience any torrential rainfall, place could experience a washout and cut off. You know, it means that an emergency situation is imminent. So the road sector, you may decide to concentrate on ongoing projects, you know, the awarded projects to get them completed before you start, you know, new ones. You know, it stands to reason, but it doesn't work that way.
Executive Director of the Secretariat, almost SC Omeya Soda Mr. National Cathedral, no any Dr. Poku Mensa, and I watch you say, Cecilia, I saw that woman yanka wumbesi. Now, so one day, Jessica Semno, Ebini ho, enti one watching train near Masokakra answer, or the Sansem ye to Jabra Nasa for be, and so the one to bois a quaco boisa, I saw than ye, SC.
In your scanner, and you can say, ye see a word, a Christo for ye be 21 million, Ghana for 32 million, Christo for ye see 21 million. You see, pay 1 million per Obiama 100 cedis a month for fee pay, you be see that. And the president can say, on Pesa ye di on my sick and see down in a ban by any dear, but on Pesa Christophone a buano, near see. Yes, you just say, who here, Papa said Christophone so Besomubi. In which he officer ya wada Church Growth Province 2 ano e Redeemed Christian Church of God. Mike Kofi Frimpong any Adom Kasiye etwetwen enkomo. Na de odi tu dwa enie. Pra semia ababeto Ghana so ene eye asafo no agesi wo se ombedi ho ntwuma. Yen so ye kan asafo no ho the Redeemed Christian Church of God eye papa Adiboye onam small for James Dakunturo so and abesi so ne what tree and see yemra na yen so ye kakrawa e de ba beboa no yemfamra de 11,500 ye be bo pono keke e be pusu nunum hwe se ne de kankanete nti na chiri no de ye be sam iskanti na ma adwuma no akofom no ya yankwanta eyekura ewo tanono of mensi no wo ahafo mantamo na abammo nyuma eku ahodo ewo sa mantami mu anase kuro yi mu no ena omode to abanyanim se openo se won beye wan adwuma no de ewo ho na emu adwuma no ho akade bi eni ho nti emma adwuma no ne ye enwie payenti aban enu won bammo nyuma no ho akade se ne be ya won so betumi aye adwuma no ye.
Say the problems we are having, the major one is a vehicle. We have 2 vehicles here, and Navara is an old type vehicle, and now it's all broken down. So the footer will come on it today, tomorrow to saying that how we can put it back on the road. And there are only one vehicle now that the night patrol did office work and actually is not helping. Though the number of personnel is down.
Immigration Commander Owohonum Oscar Santi and so dia waka ye wonsemi ho ene say
our major program is means of transport. So you wish you use your good office to get us a vehicle or either a motorbike that may help us to move up and down. Besides that, you see the nature of the office. The whole commander, no fridge, no television. When you are managing, Ghana, wherever you find yourself, you brighten the corner. So you manage and then make sure.
Siapon ahodo won kabom ko Metro University Students Association of Ghana Wotanitia say USAGNO one more aye central for enhyiamu a wo asema wo ka ene se wo ama wani ana ho a empanifo bi pese we yi won ayibone ene se anano de siye e wo Katanga ene konti entem no ntimpanifo pese abato aye a wo moto e wo siapon no wo mutwa saade enim na se koba ne sanso de anaka bi ma menkabi eye democracy no ena mpanifo pese wo kan won hye e wo ho nti e ba ne sa e be hawo
mudi entimi nkyere ni peso a odomo ano entimi nkyere se hwan na okasa omutie enti sankofo yi kakre ya omo dodo enu kese no omo na mpempi na ye omu pie a omo kokodi sa nsemoni ya emma school ni nyina din ejina bone enti ye hwe se school no enhwe sankofo yi ni yan from say yagematum mo de momra ye ne mo betena ase money alumni ya ye de omashe school hall ya do yi eni nkomo mo pese mo ye bibia mo famfa omo so omo akra no yes omo eni beje because alumni penyifo osra omo host kasa obeso de ye bibia ye omo toto omo keka omo sa ase kakra epe bi de mom ni enya sankofo eni e mom hu se school na je omo atuma na afei ya kire mo se bibi ekobone a mo ne ebe fresi mo so.
Christian Anderson esa de nsem bi atudwa say wo de nsem ato sukuu nanim no wo hwe ne mo se obetie wasopam
nsem bi wo ha ye kan na mo hwe na entwaye anase ombe pese ye no kwan foforo so a eno na ombe tena ase ne yedi nkoma ye be hwe na ya tutu ne ye na ye nim se omwo ho no ye nyina ye yi edie ene oman ne yi edie nti na omwo ho enti ekwa a omumpuso muti ombe so yemu na omni yedi
Openipa Oda College of Health Science no ewo seshi asafo ena watcher se hostel anase biaya esukufo ahoho no ya omuba suku a womoda no esan se womu ni dodo wo nti eboa ema esukufo no aya no wo school mu behu na ohwehwe no a unhu no se tokoso sanso a de ha bebre ena bre sukufo no ene suku no ankasa enti wo sraban ene nyumeku ahodo se biaya esukufo beda wo friend se hostel no omo hia bi ewo sa wo musuku ho
ye best school ma asana be ko hostel no na wonam nyina ye fi ba hanu so ye tertiary ye campus anu mo no ye ni eni atim bia wan ma chese hanu campus ye tertiary etika ye best share aban say aban mra no mekoye moa DCs MPs for omo western north hanu say obia emfa ne moa emra no mfa meboaye afesu ye problem kese pa e wa pa e hayen e yalawa no aban we dey esrew yenim se Ghana nyina esu fro enkanka eni college of health service asafofo alawa no emma
wohina owo sehwi asafo de okan wonsim se wode adeswede na eto mpanyimfo anim se sukuu no ehia won pa we yinti baabi asukufo beda no wonya hu bibi ema omo
nananom ya ye afom de kakra saase ye de amamu na se ye de ye nya ya ho adwuma na se ade aka ne niema ye de besisi so ama school no aye school yankote aduru mranso a eno ane hahai nti kakra meka ne se woto adio wuchi bofutu esire asori for moboa dada edigma moboa obia nyana dwe se school no ye dia se ye bedi mu kra mpa obi wo mu a dachi bia no o de drip besi wo so na wahwe wa ma wanya hode yenso ye mpa aba ye kaka
National Association of Local Authorities for enso ena womo ayedako dwumedie no eye nkyerɛkyerɛ dwumedie ama ema bi wa bato mpeso ahodo bi so botaya etai sa dwumedie ya woye no achi ne se ema bi nso benya nimdie na se koba se wonya dibre bi se woye ho akanifo a nimdie a womo enya aye wo sa dwumedie na se no watumi aboa ma womakɔ wonim
for Ishia no na ehu hia say ye training man bia ni na across board inti asha say e wo mantem ni mu bi enene ya bedu incremental ma yeri ya man bia ye ni na ye nim say obia isua ade a onfan chechire ne ntaman no osan mu obia susua bi ni kunu be sua bi ne ba be sua bi okoni mugwa so be chiro obi bibi tin kakra ye je di say mbia kan kono be konenim wo man we mu enu ntina ye de san hihye yi aba beboam bia
enwachi and assembly members bi a wonum ebe adwumadi no ase editu dwa se adwumayi wonum ahunu so emfaso pa de beboa amama so emudie emu ayedru
program we ya ba no ahye ye nkran ama ye ni age pa efri se ye ma no ye nhye da en recognize yen ewo politics mu anase ye electoral areas but nyankopon ya adoma ma o organize program say ya o mo ahye ye nkran na eno so be ma ye nso so ya hye ye electoral area for no nso so nkran
so your ba na interest say obekechiri into no niam bebre o ha ma ye ntimi mba forward enye then so this workshop has really made us known that as a woman if you vibe to go to move higher you can carry the society and others with you.
Badwam kase no abawiye na mum dwumadie ne didi so anti online aye crowd the bokrata ne so aye crowd afa die didi so bi asese ba wakwa mu se badwam dwumadie no nyina edidi so sa anti mi di badwam kase no esi wa hanum se no na me mo bi ache enuanom ene ahwefo nyina titiro Facebook na se online for no na afa o man hene kwabena sante ene afia mankwata makulumpam to me mama ache
ejoso ebia boko
nyamedom boko
means I'm pedicure no so time in or minister and as no or floor member or church you know sanyumwe he can do it better for you so far more than me who to do far more than you can think that he will ever do he can do it better for you far more than either is any and nyame nim say be too for teacher no kra wo ye that say wa pa ba kra we be twetwe wa so me toma no e do who the lines ni na na mu because we minister be kra ka vivio ono ma me words no oh ya chao sa na tie and then the date me many ajabo so say unim tia say unim ka so be ka no if it's from January pa be see August e kwan pa ne o ma ye hu osefo ne bone fo ndi afa so na onyame adom ne na hu mobro ye da so tiase me nua ba ma say unim ana ke ebie wani kitwa bi say yagabo say no ka be bonsem ama Yesu bonsem ye ni se obekasi ye ke be say unim na se oji bre nso kokofo no chiji bre eko ye ka ji mi ka konfo no chiji oji bre ko ji na oji bre ko 37 ne ko lebu ni sa ne mo oji bre ko hwa upie pe apostle Salas book no launch the 5th September abatia se ahon brase onipa nse hwe onipa ense hwe just this morning ahimachinya me yonku bi na ne maame oti apona bibia da me kono ho kuma in fact na no weekend ya krai me ko kuma si me ko ho ko chia no enu ahimachia me timi ka mama edi na me se bra se bebrebe ni na krai de kwen no ahimachia obi oti apo gina ne na so no ono so oti afa baby oti osisia untimi nka da se wa ho fe ana adwuma bi a wo ye wo multimedia fra o man ne kwabna sante ana shen bi a otima na atade bi na nimdie bi na abusua bi ni nyina ye dro e nada wonu nu hu na wo sere gitum se wa ho de ntimi nye foko afia man kwase ukoda enye automatic sa de chia o sorry oh anopa kra me na mafa matade ahye e de na cheze by the close of the day me ana mesa ro matade me se mo ye ka mo ntiase ne se ye twetwa mo so from January pa o de unim hwe kwa no hwe potemo hwe school mo nipa onom ko school hwe wan kase wadwuma mo unim hwe kra no de hwe wasore wona hwe onkrem fie onom o area no constituency ho no just unim hwe kra no Wohwe TV kura hwede ma wo hunu de wotete obi so otade wabedu fie kura wi wadu fie don na yire na ma o se o ye fast na eyi kane asa di o tu moto o tu car o to kane aba saw wa ma bi timisremo I'm shocked say metimi aba bedu August enti gidie ni ahotoso ne ade sede a mekoso de sre nya mene say bosumi ahodo a aka kosi December ne etra sa ahiri nyina no onyame hu nyina ay mobo
amen
no fa no me ko se say ni de kan na nke ka say usi January mu you are guaranteed say obehu December anya no kure bi usi juada mu a you are not guaranteed say juada no obewie you say e wi asese ho kan ne nyina atia we can confidently say we den December ya plan ya kokonam ne ya control ne ya fanta ya plan December no ye ba ya nya ahotoso ne gidie bi esan say ne o say gidie ene say gidie ne o ba brasa timisiramu ye ya hwe no memye mfo nyame aseda endi da you don't know the power was aseda o de matwe dia ponyankopon say enye wa say enye wa erade enye wa anka me say ne hwan ka kire wo ho susu ho ho say wo cars wo afie nipa e wo fie o mawu ebinim wo helicopter wo jet e wo wiem hye be edu o mawu o mo kra ya de to mo betim de o mo sika asa o mo ho ya de no sika ntim nye bibia e japade ne ntimi anya na wo a wo twifa o boti se me wo de dama wo ni dama wo so kra na ho maso na ahye o ma wo ni dama wo timi siraw madaroma ye ba bribia da ne ka onyame aseda you need to understand what the onyame ye wo brabom ti aseda wonko ani onyame a wo ye huna bobrim onyame a wonim ekina enne de ma nyame hu ye hunu no na no da na me ka se Diana Hamilton na nyom no aboa anoma sa ho no nko a ma me dwene nyame ho a me se onyame em se wo ye too much abro so kra ti misra ye ka we nyina so no na odi akoma pa ne adwene pa eni suban eye papa eboa wa ho eboa wo man na fa ye be wi echi no o man Ghana a ye twa ti ase from 1992 be si ne ye pese ye nyina ye ho hare ye ni ti meji no na ye nyina ni ati meji nti no yeah
ade ba ko so e merade ho ye menwanwa ne say yeso obubbo sekete obubbo ewiem sekete e ampanso hu se wonam wiem hu se baby hu no abubbo nyame hu wow
nyame de nyame de
ne hu
enti mesra mu ye kan sa na nya easy sa mo me fast na wo da hwe e kina de yae bosome fufuro are we not surprised is happening
so they be sorry hu ni ta normal I say
we not surprised
I say you say siness
yeah Debbie
but
Debbie
nyame adom because the okoye na wa man de bia meka say onye superhuman being
yes
adom bi keke
Lady D yo and sister Sandy beba na Professor Ike aba na ye share wo afisem na ye wie ne kura won pensem mu na fa ma ka kire wo a wo hwe me am kuro me hema se koso hwe Adom TV waza oye me no wie bibia eti Lady D fe kwa
jo me de mo kwa na adomonline.com na ema ya chin e wa he and say I will bite you if former NDC organizer tells people rooting for Mahama's comeback in 2024. Eti se utie enenu a obete ofaya siye ena ni enti a wa obebo mode ase Mahama beba efiempi mienu ne aduonu nan no wobeka wo no obete na se e wa ha enti bakonso wa ha no se ne Setama Regional Police on manhunt for 6 armed robbers enti sa ni pensie bi no ekokro no bono tema posifo etu won so sa won ni momo a na waboa posifo no na adwuma no ayemre na asan ye ntentem so enti ba konso wa hanum sei na eno na ma onipa ode wo ho a enye yie na refi so obeda nyame asese ne omaika na enye yie de kyese baby articulator idu yi a wono nya akwanhia no obi twa mu a eno nya asa na akwanhia no akakakra bi na obi so duru ho a ena we sunya na kwanhia no nanso wo afamuko. Well, articulator truck crashes into Tamamoto Way toll booth enti no so eho asem eda ha ACG for the eba amane say efi September 1 nyame yadom a wo chena wo bill no se kane no na nka atua 1 Ghana ebeba na say 1.BBB pesos asom bisa kwa koba sa tariffs no emu apeja enti ECG important message to Ghanaians as new tariff takes effect from September 1 enti no uhu no sa enye ezejofo we hiu abanisa enti ese usum enti fear grapes yendi residents after dead body was discovered enra adom kasiem ye bo amane sese yendifo ehu aka won fi se wo mu nim de koba ya akrachi yi a owo beye se frihia duonunu fifi ho baabi nipabofo bi ekunu wo ho nti ama ehu aka won pa myjournline.com na ye krado na so afia no kwabra mpamcho de obonkrata no de eno so aye krado
da se miento so na yenko daily graphic de obonkrata no emu ne yekope 13 hono mu ana aba beto dwa se 17 billion Ghana cedi financial irregularities uncovered in public corporations. This is kind of amane kekaboma 17 billion. The more do ye papa na Cape Coast GS up for fetu afasha okope 13 into the mefide na haya na unim say the ba afasha ne amamra Adom TV multimedia ade atum aye de bro wonti say wo ntimi nkobidi ade de hianzo afide ne da ha ye bebomu de bro no so de amaw na samwanwa ya ehso ye wa ha electronic waste Ghana risk becoming dumping ground. Energy Commission cautions nen sama won dia babetu edwanisi ahwe hu ye obi ayi bi enye bia fridge bi TV bi ne me gadget bi enye na obehu ana ye de aba ene ye de ye pere ye se ya maye ni ana ho be kakra sa ne mana na abagie nkro e de aboso eno so e won ye tie okope 3 de obokrata daily graphic so e de aba ne sama foforo bi medofo nyabre na unso kenka bi obeti ase.
Well, they are trusting the health. The workers as ECG asks Ghanaians to expect higher tariffs. Auditor General exposes 16 judges for buying 19 official cars at scrap prices and others return. And God runs from Akufo-Addo's $350 million national cathedral business. Project suspended for lack of funds. And once and I hear the workers but the Chronicle say NDC MPs visit Jubilee House to thank Akufo-Addo for massive projects in their constituency. And the big one here, 480 capacity dormitory for Fiasiman SHS. Honorable Duka, correlations on what you saw a year and I'm on Kessie with Pano. I feel about the graphic, the Ghanaian Times rather, the Ghanaian Times said leakage of public purse, 17.4 billion missing. AG attributes losses to irregularities, non-compliance with laws. And a Songo Salt project will rake in more revenue for national development. Magdan, CEO, Anna Akasei. Political traditional authorities charged to join fight against illegal mining. Ira Duka, Ubo Juma Papa, and also Edenisem Atu Eye Ebia.
Delegate Obokrata no any said the Times the ba MMDC and as a MDAS no municipal and district assemblies and they see about to Jessica 12.23 billion Ghana cedis and no ya no one afi and so one some any afi 3 ghosts vanish with over 1 million Ghana cedis salaries and also ehwo asem Ora Johnson ekwamu asiedu ya wono edede sansemi etu edwa say voucher kan ebs ka bi edema obi ye nhunu payment bi unhunu chese nwonwona receipt ye nhunu ni nyina na akeka bo ma ye eniema ye hu e wa hai ene ye tua enipa miensa bi ka ye hwehwe wo mo ba bia ye nhunu wo mo eho asem ato forcing bridge ambulance contract osofo hwe health so pay 6 and ono so e kan sa semi ora magdan so ene defend photo sending ora ken for ata okope 3 ade obokrata so de aba ewani mu ha daily guide ne dia won so de ebaye eno no
Lady D, they na wo give na fe.
Okay, my journal line and so DNA pacho say The Ohoni been sell only 61 out of 360 programs offered by KNUST accredited. Auditor General reports no the PMU back also say Kwame Nkrumah Suapono and Kawomu Wakwenya say adesuade ahodo ahami ensane aduosia 360 ena ombeye now so ne nyina mu no aduosia baako.
I don't get this. It's a serious matter. Only 61 out of 360 programs offered by KNUST accredited. Really? I don't get it.
Of course, I'm sure.
But how is it possible?
This year free.
Entino empanifo achachafo ene nyumayefo a wo KNUST no ebetumi ama yate ase ye. Eti ebiana eyakade ebiana eyesika whatever it is no omo betumi ama yate ase enti oma wo ye kwa na me to aso
because bibi wa afaso na o dey secretary
ene ye
omo betumi am wakika no
there wa have and say it is worrying that judiciary is involved in breach of the law dafia mekpo papa ni din de bia me gwa dafia makpo dafia makpo
na we ni kra se ekomi se onim ade we no nye honko a denti ana me mpega na fo asem ne ye kasa bebrebe depending on where you stand. This is something that omani nyina no all these years we've been doing it. Wo adwumam na se car na o use no edi mfie bi a ye toma no the same price ye teso eya nhihye da o nti ono judge no sebe onye nyame Ejono san hihye na one three for ourselves perfume so e wo so the basket never trim eti sanity that's why I'm saying Ampadu so ye kasa we hu 1992 ye ntima solve problem ni say ye mpesa sa de we be koso bie ma ye nsi di pi ye twam na we ye be ye solve problem no it's way and I bet Jimmy Biana Jana. Then we say we have a problem in this country. We are the problem. Because yenano, and then Paduka, yenano, your life now ye lead no, and your life I encourage Ghana, you say Costro. All the official vehicles mobile. About for Toronto in Aquaba, because we say so 4 years and 5 years. Can't because on your artist Ramanonto. Into official car 5 years no. Because I feel a year free over more experience. No.
Okay, on my tear we can when not the Okano Shemuke. Over 318 K Ghana cedis spent by APSA officers not documented, Auditor General's report. It's preach on
UPSC funds almost the other.
Sir, Omo report. Biane, sir, ghost 3 ghosts vanish with 1 million.
Na ghost better.
See, a 2 Omo kai.
Then I come ghost go dear ghost.
Omo namho.
I said my make
you
na wa wo dia anadwuma na sembini. It one kasa a fear company limited. Na utua ghost ka. Ona wo simi say ghost na utua omoka.
Na me chese Auditor General said dey bia water the banner.
That's say when I make us say odi nyoma bia chi enti na make us mesremo. We only have one country. Yes, kasa sa.
Na dey achi.
Esan said the enti me sisan ne say me a beneficiary of chrono. It also a beneficiary of chrono. It ye be pretense ade no higher we are yes sisan da. Ye da. E dey na dia koso no. Da bia ye say me see guta for be kasa dollar koso me to share to 2 series enra. Dollar koso. Who good and you know what I'm pieces? What if they we instead of us to solve the problem, they be a wine here pretend away. Who soon I problem and miss me a problem. Because Casa Baby now must no my call aid. Who walk off on your boss in the bokoso, Nibona cost all turn the same price. Me turn at a different price. So this country, we are all pretending to be solving the problem, but nobody is solving that problem. Greed, self-interest, no. I shoot you more than the Ghana flag. Yeah, shoot you more than the Ghana flag. And Opebia also sorry, say, but Jumama Ghana. It doesn't matter where you find yourself, whether private sector or public sector. It is one Ghana and awesome. Into all sorry and opano. O calculations in I say frank asempa. Kwa obe first obe beat the system no. And now they are sorry. How? The rapper.
Oh, my family.
Okay, meanwhile, the okay kind in any other general, they were finding in the Obia, finding the Obia. Meanwhile, work on National Cathedral project suspended over inadequate.
And look at Christopher, ABCD. I'm find Christopher.
The friend of Doctor so DNA na yes, Afia Shasia de Ebesia Neya like 6 months in Nipa 932 and HIV/AIDS mo. Intimoma yani na ho. Access Bank inject 250,000 into Division 1 League as headline sponsor. Into GFA Racket Okrekuna Odenimo Hay. 3 universities and so say amo mo kwan so mbetimi award degree any diploma e the amount was school for ye just send the finder the Democrats and so e the anopay no
lady say
da fia makpo pa cho so say e bo no ase ne say franka sempa o say ko den kofi ni mu hwe wow kofi ni mu hwe da fia makpo kofi ni mu hwe okay e
ka say da fia makpo
kofi ni mu hwe okay yo yate yeda say enti bedwam dwumadi of edi kan no yede si ha na koye ukwa the prof the akansi ni bro wia the guy's queen sister Sandy be a guy e de ahosepe no so ebe bro style be abi eno achi efisem pensempensemu eno nyina achi kra no Adom TV bekoso asomo kosisa de chi bi obeba enti koso a ne hwe Adom TV efise ye wazoye yemo watching
Bedwam dwumadi so dia akansi unsempa sa kana no pensu ja nwumako makomako bese miensa madama omna ebo machido men na no pensu de nkomo no etija 1xbet I've always told you that betting is better than sakawa open bet dia manenya 1xbet mu bet with money that you can afford to lose oni mu feeling otwe fa onye betting mu na mum wo aja pade bi says ka question pass ya betin tebiri akoton na din na kogu so wo de keto akwaje kese no open bet 1xbet wo be fia intense ancient omu kenya nei omo ebo mo danso bo mo den da so do hu betin asa gym 1xbet betin aboa emonya financial freedom Jeffas Mr. Drew Tatashi say infections native to gonorrhea, syphilis, candidiasis, white fever, and so deep. A proper Hrawan bomb or timidity, but more danger, so Sabitan can Jeffas a baby. Oko herbal shops, any pharmaceutical shops in Nema, or Sabitan can Jeffas. Sedimo gel and roll on your ultimate pain relieving gel. Oko Temenana cry, Yaudi be out to Widimbia. Set me can Sedimo gel and roll on a bit me abwa, obetia from 0208986731. Now on a Sedimo gel and roll on. Yan ju komo yan hwemwa manema intimate to ye emfama yan hyase emfamfi eye World Cup warm up no e di pusu ajeje tata dia kopim World Cup 2022 kata kensikese a eno so ebetuan santo fam no ene yebu yan compound de netuan san chemfi makomako bese na etuan san twemu Spain for 8 ene Morocco for but ben ko bia hyen kwa ka mienu na 2018 FIFA World Cup kensikese etuan san ba so Russia na a group stage gamer na mu adine pa enti na ese ne pie mu EPL matches ne nyame adom ne matches na 8 fiansa to so on interrupted channel so man say Man City beton sare Tottenham Hotspur Nottingham nwurum ton no susio makan na omde akese na boss Liverpool beton sare Newcastle na fi Aston Villa enso ebwa ko hia Arsenal for man kasa fi no omde akese na pem so West Ham and Tottenham Hotspur and be hia kan yenko Serie A akensia and also 8 fiansa to fem no Inter Milan 3 na fi so Cremonese 1 AS Roma team ba so Ghana man so ka center of excellence pram and aside with the Senate Vincent to join now him and the Senate koso na se Congress no na nika sem kese pa ni Vincent PM ohorma wo mo edin hihia hodo bebri na Vincent gwakwa President of the Ghana Football Association the presiding over Congress no and Raket Edwin Simon Okaku na ordinating point Vincent to join for FA no and hihia hodo o mai so mo de begu akwa be Vincent boa e ma niam etia koye e de ama Ghana Football Association so team na fa ne tamapa efra.
Each Premier League team for the next 4 years, beginning January, would receive 30 pairs of these boots per season. So every season, 30 pairs of boots. Each of the Division 1 League clubs would also receive 30 pairs of boots. For the Premier League clubs, it means 540 pairs of boots will be supplied to the 18 Premier League clubs. And for Division 1 to be a total of 1,440 pairs of boots to Division 1 clubs. In total, the Football Association per year will be supplying 1,980 pairs of boots per year for the next 4 years. So when I speak about fixing the fundamentals of our game, this is what it means. Women's football, your time will come. Your time will come. But when you were enjoying all the goodies, Division 1 did you enjoy? So you can see clearly that day in, day out, we're rolling out policies geared towards reducing your costs so you can apply your money in other parts of the football.
Edwin Simon Okraku, Ghana Football Association President, said, "Here's the Mexico season a bit room 2023 no omo ehwe nim say Ghana Premier League clubs no obi a 30 club bia 30 players bia no obinya boot no bonkunu nifa makoma ko be say 30 division 1 fonso sa so sa betua san kabina boa e ma gudi na etua san tumpon ogu so kasa na manfo say na ma football so e no say o ma football de aso so de momre penti no omo hwe na e mo ma Premier League ni division 1 no so nyama enkoye na san komoito ofen penal Haji Abdul Karim Gusa on founder bankroller of Kumasi Kenfa so say boot de den a yen football mu no e betua san to boot ya to bi kura gu odeda nti we de e hyeda nya de bia e ho mfa so sa e de ma wo mo club administrators no
TFA we why are they pa bedamwasi on clubs ni flexible kakra say they say $25,000 eyo biache this is a woman enya mo this is mentally RT Leo frame say ala you will say your crashes missing from one director the one this car I don't know the director they say me e buy like this say yebema every another pickups the class so dey benefit boot today one my boot to cry beto because one fa one 9 kobo bo say so do you say who my top football 40 and sana Weba. Again, say, first division, Premier Division. See if you win the Benya on the car, when you come back or go in Lukura and go. I don't feel for 77 move up one chimney. They've been with their own private in the car or no arresting. When we are a pa, will be an castle and Gefe. Oh, Yamma Timmy, but Muntin clubs with the Timia. And the people say, "Bon, you have shed ya clubs and I are killing football." So, Mubuaya football besan above you. Ye bread, Bass for a Mupuru Bass Maya. Can I give them pick up, mama, pick up first. Say, Muma and car is Muma and 40 seater. President to bet marry. Mubet marry, William May.
Ti Alhaji Abdul Karim Gusa founder bankroller of Kumasi Kenfa sache se hwese ne Mexico e finance shebo se nyame adoma obesan ama RFA Regional Football Associations no pickups e betua saboa na omakone abanso ho nsem so etua san to dia Alhaji Gusa se omo club owners no omo na ya mpempi no omo fa bus e di players ne kobo matches nti afi ne nwe ho 40 seater bus ko no betua to dia moma ebeboa since RFA ubehwe na chema egita ne car no de car na sifi na fi otwi adwum car ne saa kosi se ties ne behi we ne mabia ogidi pass nyadia ebetun aboa na mum efede na George Akwese fie ono na Neket Edwin Simon Okrako gina elections no na so odi nko e wo se na nema esie course no odi ne komo kakra tun san to just say bet power astrotef na yebisi opampam astrotef adolso kroma do okọ advanced countries na omu jai astrotef bi kwa de so ana setaboa ebeto so a yen yusu bi onisi na Ghana yen encourage the growth of astrotef no since yebedua grass e kroma
astro instead of green grass, considering the fact that most of the competitions that our clubs, the national teams will be partaking are all played on natural grass. And I think that if we have already an existing AstroTurf, and then all over the country now, the government is building AstroTurf all over. I think that we should take advantage of this money to build a first-class training pitch, green grass. Oftentimes, we resort to the National Sports Authority pitches, especially IE Accra Sports Stadium, and I'm sure you know the difficulties we go through. So I think that the Executive Council should reconsider the decision of using the bed power as an AstroTurf instead of a green grass field. Because countries are even moving away. In future, countries are moving away from AstroTurf. In Holland, now they've even banned the use of AstroTurf in the Netherlands. So.
Enti Georgia kwese fi anatene kan so de nkomo atudwan se wo hwe advanced countries na bibire na efi astrotef no bi adua natural grass ne siden ana ne enye obi obetua sabo ya ya agofma yesi astrotef e okrum ha na wo fe do se kokupama e bankrola e de Matema Youth Football Club na sentem ono so kwai de so no kakra tua san to ne club no so wan hwe a na Matema Youth bidu mebi no ne apepa mu di nkura bato kopie mo congress emra mu bu nkunta no ano se fufu nkunta bu yebu no wadrum emu rice cook enso no ade ba kwa obetua san bu emu so nkunta bu na odne koma kakra tua san to dwa se nkunta bu ampemfo bu no ase omo adibiri amafo ni so enya ne ekototin e omu dwumadi a omu di ni
administration expenses. Sorry, administrative expenses. Consultancy. Consultancy has increased more than 10 times at the FA. I don't know whether the auditors pointed it out or raised it as part of their management report to the Executive Council. Because I don't understand how, I mean, what is happening at the FA that consultancy will increase from 140-something thousand to 1.4 million Ghana cedis. What as store is being done at what? At they have legal fees. It's not cash. They have legal fees. So don't bring in cash. If an expenditure increases astronomically, it raises red flag. And I would have liked to find out what exactly is happening at the FA, that we have a lot of consultants coming in when most of the consultancy services or services from experts, it comes from FIFA or other organizations that we are in partnership with, like UEFA or any WAFU or any of them. But if I look at the balance sheet, the financial statement and consultancy fee has increased by that much, it's of great concern.
The we fell or sell Kokupama in terms of air finance there or Hesson and Mexico, some of the consultancy, and Kofusika Majo consultancy, and Yazam get when Timua, and they as a way would you be in Tiancasa, Senator Mam said Kumase Krobia as Santiago at the 87 years. Hooray, Kumase as Santiago, former chairman of Dini Hebet, Koyon Ponsamesa, Eden Kumahakra, Eja, Omobev Dino.
Every birthday for everybody, every club, every institution is a day to remember, a day to celebrate. And I just say happy birthday. Kumasi Asante Kotoko is not just a football club. It's an institution. We have Otumfo and we are blessed for that. And then we have memories, good, different, not so good, the challenges. But everybody has contributed. I keep saying this all the time. We may look at ourselves as previous chairman and previous chief executives, but there were greater people before, and there will be greater people after. In my time, I still used to remark at the greatness of the old man at Champong, who I used to give up my seat for, Mukazel, who never missed a home game during my time, both sadly departed. And I used to always make reference to Sims Mensah and his rebuilding effort and the success that Bewa had thereafter. We've had legends. Legends in clubs, turnarounds, and that huge support base that Kumasi Asante Kotoko has that has frightened the likes of El Ali and the South African greats who came up during my time to meet the ferociousness of a stadium so packed that everybody was going to shake. But my late father, B.A. Mensah, used to say to me, "Oh, Herbert, you're a small boy." And I said, "Oh, Dad, why are you saying that?" He says, "Kotoko." And I'll say, "Yes, Kotoko." And he'll say, "The days we used to go to the stadium." He said, "What about James Appiah?" And I said, "Yes, I heard he was great." He said, No, you really needed to see him." And I said, "Wow." And then we'd roll off names, a lot of which people would remember. Robert Mensah, Dan Opong. What about the great Chen Hene? As for Dogomoro, when I first came to Kotoko, he was at the training grounds with Ebo Men's, and I didn't say much, but I would look over at this guy and think, wow, these are the guys who made magic. Baba Yara, what can you say? Sunday Ibrahim, man with such humility and presence. I have so much respect for him. We shouldn't forget as well, as we were all growing up, Golden Boy Razak. What a giant he was. I used to remark and say, wow, look at that guy. His center of gravity.
And there's 87 years old, and I Kumasi Asan. Happy birthday to Kumasi Asan. I said the team no Egusu Sudan, almost your name is Amber Rapop, almost precision tono, El Sudan, African Peno, or Mabagana, Abebo, Akinsia, Premier League and Afis, so CAF Champions League. Edibesia, na Madawa session, so I'm saying Fast Health Limited, the Fast, and I attach one expert, and so attach enough is Sedimo Jalen Rulon. Within the Enoch, we see Walanyo Wallace, a good catch, Sabidi, Masoiso.
I was a mama kwaba, Emra, a year, I was a page media, so. And I no pay the last working day of the month. Na me person no can say me say ebiana bibi da wani mo a wo hwe senya me be e dia ma wo ebiana ache ebiana delay but I was so who say delay bi o hono ma a blessing in disguise enti mo abemumbu ochina a new month beginning of something new enti dia da wani bia no anopay me catch us senya me be ya ma wate many bembem for ebedi mediation kokra akwaba me need the sister Sandy be a guy na sama me catch you na ne say yesterday is gone another day has come do something new
highly spiritual
in my life. Yesterday is gone, another day has come. Do something new in my life. Right, George, just to say, do something new in my life. Something new in my life. Something new in my life. Oh Lord, do something new in my life. Something new in my life. Something new in my life. Oh Lord. Na answer na no. I don't think na what think what I say. It's not like I'm a baby before no. I was almost sad. Don't meet me at Yassi. Adom, Adom, be a man.
highly spiritual
Adom, na me say I say, Ebona, me come home. Jimedie Shoko. Ubisa Sebembe Wono. Ehefa and now Omo. Dakoma streets no so. From 027 889 1252. Na saying so of ye how Makadesh.
Aigibi and Masala Bakaba.
Soro Bobore. Hey. Ah, what for mammy bem 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 bem. Nana.
Yes, dear.
Aquaba.
Yeah.
Na me pacha pomwe.
Namia Domitas.
Wo tonyum. Na wo ya die. Wo chudi man se me fie mu de ye boldin. Se boy na wo tonyum no. Na yenka ne sa keke. Omo come say the storyteller singer.
The story singer.
That's right. Na say ye ka say story singer kwa pacha daroma eche say.
Metonyum but first stories of Bible. I relate and normal songs na here too.
Okay. Yeah. It is any day the kind will be show me patrol sima bako introduce who che oni no.
Your friend and I say the story singer. Okay. I am a gospel artist.
Okay, oh you gospel artist.
Of course, full time.
I dey enko for person omuhu because ebi mo feel say agro na ya wudi. Ohun ti say gospel singer their meaning I mean afro.
Of course.
Ofreo.
Yeah.
And all mausa idea no say for Bible mun sem tonyom.
Of course.
Asa na ebe to interview no so krampo no. Obi share request nyom pa. O say good morning Jesus. O say mount toma no. To ada ma to kran sana ya to aso. Bem bem.
Good morning Jesus. Good morning Lord. Good morning Jesus. Good morning Lord. I know you come from heaven above. The Holy Spirit sits on the throne. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord. In the morning, early in the morning, I will rise and praise the Lord. In the morning, as I early in the morning. Now in the morning, I will rise and praise the Lord. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord. I know you come from heaven above. The Holy Spirit sits on. Good morning, Jesus. Morning, Lord.
Wow, when you or your on Instagram, watch him when me mount or your pa me sure say we request no. My ama na answer na no na pass wada ma wo yiri.
Pacho de.
Woni yiri.
Pacho.
Oh, okay. Na pese me bisa say so fame ne bae no abusuafo hu ne say to na area me fan fa abusua side. Ma me ne papa, me che wo mommy no papi. Wo siblings.
Yeah.
Okay, siblings is saying
my mom is late into me father's our.
Oh, okay.
But they come here 4.
Oh, okay. But only our stepmother or good relationship.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm Nigeria in TM. Me adem wa ye kasa de.
Okay.
Na me ho say me na munti.
Eja. Now, you share social media, you're very powerful to a question.
Yeah.
To make sure say busuafo hu videos. How is the feeling like? And then you now say you're famous.
Omanije.
Yeah. You're more day.
Of course.
Now, me say asembio mimbisa wa ha. Mimisa. Echemu awo virgin.
Pacho papa.
Shabare.
Yigibi anasibi akata.
Sare more keya. Next spirit na fall the any a full anointing.
Enya krokra.
Wow, into one can hear that. Wouldn't you aduane that? No cre.
Me hu kra mi.
Wouldn't him shape nimpo.
Me hu kra mi.
Oh, I'm pass and pan now can I say?
Me hu kra mi.
Auntie girl
me hu, but ebiso mi.
Auntie girl be me me can share me say na say cry no. Wodi me aduane da. Wo virgin. Papa show face say na wo.
Confidential higher.
Okay, mommy figure maybe 30s and I say
30s. So I kind.
Wow. Wow, when I was virgin.
Yeah.
How does it feel like? I mean, I'm sorry to ask, but how is it? Maybe say me who say
virgin with me virgin.
I want virgin.
Oh, me virgin. virgin, I could be a virgin.
Wow, virgin. My understanding, Matthias say a private paper. But we are famous. The Alba create a story. Until I never see who sounds some no kakra.
If you can't have virgin, no cry, virgin, be a virgin, those alive.
For virginity, never home, Namamba, Cosato. Ah, I say virgin, what's it? Family room.
Unyu Masu.
Highly spiritual.
Jesus, Sana would you Maso, Sandra Namie, Unyu, Titi Odumakube, Unyu Maso, anybody about us have a lagada, Unyu Maso, and as I say, yes, Sana would you. Aymatana malagabata hey oh wo kwamu yeah boy sana udino aye yes andanya me nyuma baba nuti ali male matazi bake
by we are live on Adom TV page Jumedi no na obisimi misa say wa say o virgin obisimi misa say da ben na wa hwese weti ahomanim
me pese obi bachi me ware me
obi meche
list no na o ware me
obi meche ware o
meche list
anana ase ben na okay say mema ne kofie kwaje list ba
pese o mema so kwa ware pe ye so ba so meche list no so ware
into o policy no mema so kwa pay into this time the oba ne mrefi meche list no onye o
me ya me hwehwe me de but ono so ba
oba eye until then ne de ye kremutwe virginity
of course
wow Nana family praises and
na mamenka say me once I say enkofo say media agro no me busa o say standard ben no me de measure so be dia agro na so be ni agro
be ndi agro
into what makes them think say omumu way of worship no are pleasing to God but mine is not pleasing to God. So mo answer question in fa
bampacho how it be why it be
of course
enkofo say wo di agro
yeah but the last time I catch the Reverend Aidan say Winston Churchill say if you are on the way to a place now, you will stop to throw stones at every dog that barks at undrew destination. Into a more kind of fahana BP after any panel.
So you don't actually care about your mocha?
Of course I don't care because call never an anya conference call. I am in a corny be see me so. So what makes you think say wow what's your friend class and me a friend?
Okay.
Into me a young woman because make me come anymore.
Family praises na Welbeck Kofi Ampedu I try na answer ready Minister Welbeck ne prosla mu na ready say
ya minister obi a na men ka so na be praises
okay
aliba tu sala
bem Sandra Akapo Lucas also
hey ba langa briki yanti maza hey Sister Sandra oya guy what Bako Jesus wa Medi America na beko owo kwa Bako Jesus wa Medi America beko owo kwa de beche Bako Jesus wa Medi America beko owo kwa na Bako Jesus wa Medi America beko owo kwa de beche Ko Jesus wo me di America na beko wo kwa ya beko Jesus wo ya di America beko wo kwa de beche kwa bra Yesu chai ono no refra wo bra Yesu chai ono no Yesu Kristo medawo miam 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 shiraka uti wona udi kind of you shiraka wona udi kind of you shiraka Yesu Kristo medawo yeshira akaudi wona udi kind of you shiro Apa Jesus Madam Pa Adobeni na mini Yesu atna mini na nante na mafa Jesus Madam Pa Adobeni Good morning Jesus, good morning Lord. I know you come from heaven above. The Holy Spirit sits on the throne. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord. I know you come from heaven above. The Holy Spirit sits on. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord. I know you come from heaven above. Hey, good morning, Jesus. In the morning, I will rise and praise the Lord. In the morning, early in the morning, I will rise and praise the Lord. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord. I know you come from heaven above. The Holy Spirit sits on the throne. Good morning, Jesus. I shine na yama, and I'm no abuso. I shine no ayama. And I'm no abuso. Peter, oh Peter, Wampia, Peter, oh Peter, Wampia, 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 Wampia. Ashano ayama, and I'm no abuso. Ashano ayama, and I'm no abuso. Peter, oh Peter, Wampia, Peter, oh Peter, Wampia, 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 Wampia.
Bam Studios, da come on, any idea on sepe a free bro live. Mr. We no home na found na eba Mr. Tones no. And I say what process will shim dada.
Answer. Last time I came, Obia yaman a divine gift no. He or she doesn't need divine intervention always. And son with me pretty. Odi for a jayakro with me any idea, right? I didn't know me, I'm Cassava for the guess I'm a sorry about pie giddy and Sanaba. And how come I catch him some PhD, say, come a co emeritus. Ye betting me as a biacatala. I want to bri and Malua Gabia Sabalaba. Do I didn't watch in your own son shake, Betty Brimini to us a blagadaba. If I be a servant of the Most High God, my Tom Pelem
highly spiritual.
Bibi Nima to be a catabala. Matono blo koblia sabalaka tabalaba. O jompri kabia to zebri abadabada. Man was standard so meja kasafo for. Am brimbri katu asabalaka.
Wow.
Ayenti brako to bri ebe mimi o jumba do asabalaki. Ayenti brako asabalaba.
Wow.
Highly spiritual.
Matonse break abalaka tabadaba.
Wow.
Etente break abazaba.
Wow.
Se mun kan ko de hodon. Makako de hodon. Ti wo jina ba bia on person oni me kasafo yepe.
Tonsen kwa. Tonsen kwa. Kasa hodro. Kasa hodro. Kasa hodro. Kasa hodro.
matuma sablaga daba ayakri bra to sablaga miyama to sablaga bada malu blaga daba me pam hu pai mani pabi malu sablaga bia daba ahonde ba me sawi mu tutu mpru
wow Sandra Kakpo Thomas Sandra Kakpo to
malu atada daba
ya da se wow any brewom na say jawom jawom yan kan mi jane kakra Maybe makeup department or Esther and Eugenia Baden Shima, and you may almost day. Ezekiel, Professor today, dry bone. It's Madame, my request moment to one way. Bam bam.
Ezekiel prophesy today, dry bones, and Ezekiel prophesy today, dry bones, and Ezekiel prophesy today, dry bones, and they join to serve the Lord. And Ezekiel prophesy today, dry bones, and Ezekiel prophesy today, dry bones, and Ezekiel prophesy today, dry bones, and they join to serve the Lord. And the head bone connected to the neck bone, and the neck bone connected to the backbone, and the backbone connected to the waist bone, and they join to serve the Lord. And the waist bone connected to the thigh bone, and the thigh bone connected to the knee bone, and the knee bone connected to the leg bone, and they join to serve. And the bone standing, die bone, and the bone standing, die bone, and the bone standing, and they join. And the bone standing, die bone. And they join to serve the Lord.
Wow. Bam, 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 bam. And they join to serve the Lord. Bam, bam Studios. Da command 027 889 1252 027 889 1252. Mecha Dr. Kweku and Anope. Final words to a more show.
Yamisha depending on Moshame. Wow, dummy. Yamisha. What times of crime do Yamisha? I'm in Casiminipa. What kind some two or say? I don't know my GG, no Cassatia would have any was son. I wanted to saw was so. What is a minute? Must see me. How young white. In Fancy ye, a woman who listen me a coopy.
Okay, so the one in Chateau, sending one, yeah, I will sell Mushy. Or Mushy, we can set in a mini pabina, a searching to Mushy. Okay, it's a doubters Nance way.
On say, Anna Mitchell say, on say, and you only find a frame, Yamin a frame.
Okay.
What your funny say, so what you mean was a Mifinia, Nassimifiamus not cassette, generally what cassette Yanko Pon, okay. Or so the Bonibia Bache, the town could don't find it. Okay. What do you want to my jay?
Jo, to Madame, my chemo, I said one can find the one end soon because Sawujin Unin so thing, I'm a horse swampa. And you're now friend or Chima and your conference call. And if one on twice because Udia Graham no crano Kwakasetia, Hong Kong, committing the sister Sandy be a guy and a bam band by George, then the crew in a Miss Mammy, dear, Mamma, big shout swinging Sandra, Sanaka, and producer Lucas, my cameraman also. And so Chema Andrews, one we ADH AB pass. Studio dear, a Welbeck Kofi and Pedro Priscilla, and I mind Dutch and Omina, so Mobeco Ventures, and the CSC me home at the man means ye my young day, yet to e. I'm a believer and not a doubter. Tomorrow, I believe that the word of God is true. Mamma be being a fan job more kind. Dear one say, Mickey sounds,
my head, my shoulder. My knees, my toe, my head, my shoulder, my knee, my toe, my head, my shoulder, my knee, my toe, they all belong to thee. We are traveling from this land, we are left foot, right foot, left, right, shoulder up, shoulder in, chest up. We are traveling from this land. We are on our way to heaven. Only Christians can go there. Hey, we are on our way to.
So yeah, sister Sandy be a guy. Yeah, then as a papa upon and I say I'm pa too quine. You go school no. Even Sunday school and I sorry. We are traveling. And then you may need the pa, but a nay worse no. Yatia see ye first in the neck cabomusa. And see Yamisha sister Sandy. See fear down so better to us so into the Mephidian and I know come on your baby dear made off with you free here. Won't cost one more Facebook or na yania some too much. And topic no me hear you know. Say hey I know do but I'll see ye discuss ye. Ye do common na ye we are wow better say the entire ye can importance of common sense in quotes in our daily lives. Importance of common sense. Common sense no share abium in our daily lives. So anti me am so for ha di why don't call we futu for obeboy mpa na sankomoyi etimi awura mu ye common sense na ye kan twi ne say e de ne common sense no de enti kura na e wo se sa de no obia wo bi o na say na ye use no e de efa happy birthday enko enfa ma happy birthday na for me so okay happy birthday enko ma spiritual father and Mr. and Mrs. Safo or spiritual father Reverend Steve MacArthur or Royal House Chapel. Happy birthday nko enfamao nyame shraw no nyo kese papa into Mr. and Mrs. Safo beya na even say Telma eni nyame shraw so for papa enti Frank asempanso de no fabra ne enye ento aso nanati wa wo dwaben nyame shraw wone wonana no nyina no nye mokese common sense. Importance of common sense in our daily lives. Yeda St. Andrews Senior High School as a Kel Kid Toothpaste Kiddie Ministry of Piwak Natural Health. Yeda omase. Zofo memu akwa ben.
Ye ni aba.
Na bibi aboko de.
Nyanko padum na.
Moyefo.
Pacho ozoza.
Yeda nyame.
Combination ye kama se.
Em say na me hu se wo bantine wo se mtutu guso.
Pacho misere.
Importance of common sense. I shattered in our daily lives. We are brofo pa. Na me director kan ye wo be kan say common sense say na madana me hu say na dey you say ye kasa no. I say ye kasa word na say sebi I say wo ye obi bi ni ade. Timpacho adaroma. Common sense na ye den
bichiao. Ma film mi hu ache.
E wo ho.
Yes, mi hu. All right. So okay, because it's sorry. Common sense, sabi. Ye kasa mono sabi unu obi kasa. Wa nya hwe na kasa sabi u. Uni common sense na kwa sabi. Wa ye no. Anase nya common sense na wa ye no.
Enti common sense twi na ye de unim nyansa na.
Common sense be ye etibua nya media to di petrim. Etibua nya media to di petrim. Na kire say ye bo wo no. No de account ho de da. And so unyini no it's a virtue become virtue eye achede bi emu nipa mu a yen kasa nkyere no wate ase wa wote ono to humu ase let me explain it better brofo no be ya twia it's a virtue that makes you understand things without anybody's explanation.
Okay na so wo de wa adwene because adwene de nyame de amobi na kwanya wo be fa so a wo de be ye di ye
okay you can say so what happens is that common sense we got it from the senses we have. The senses here watenka then only say what happens with the common sense is that because you were created and born with it, it is not a gift. Because a gift it is a achade na nyame de ama ya wo ne ka enona ema wo to me distinguish between the right and the wrong. And then ebuansuma ema wonya atembo wo adwunu bi say ade am yikoyi eya na enye na me ye wie sunsun so what to say that is the consequences of it.
Okay I say ya chire me ya sure say ahwefo ate ase.
Okay
into common sense. na enei wo hwe a ye yusu de ye yusu ya adwene no e de ye ade na eye no because ya obehwe obo se obi beka when yusu wa adwene no wo hwe a ye yusu
many of the credit on say ebi yusu ebi nsu yusu na ye dada sitremu apart from knowledge and wisdom knowledge ye ye free book na nimdie mu ti meka apart from nimdie ani nyansa so free nyame ho na sa common sense what the dom yen say between wisdom and knowledge it must be operating na I don't say wo me ne wo kasai wo akonya se me ne wo kasai wi a wo dwenendwene ne maka ho e kwa adwene mu na wo adwen kire se eye aye enye jai what was it now ye wo bidie nanso ye mu bia decide say we will not allow it to be used ya makwa ma enye adwuma eto onim se de oye no enye
enso still
obeye onim se de okoken enye enso obeka onim se ba bia okui eso faso de emoa no bara obeko onim se bia ketua da achie beba wa achiri enye but enne de ohie nti onwen wo kire ho eti common sense na wo ho ba bebre use de nti omo use ni say omo dwene honam ene de omo penne achi wo kire
ti adwene nti e beka say wa dwene da bra nya adwuma
thank you sani e beka no enti adwene ya adwuma so nya adwuma ya nya adwuma de say wonim say wo say wo yesa ade na wo twen kra na ya ka akire sebi moni mu aburu we de bisere mu ade nchen imagine sebi wakogina ekwan ho na ojonso egu kwan ho wo kona abo se adwena kire se o conscious na kire se aho ya ndwonso menye na so still obegina ho no wadwonso bebu okra ni akire menwonso wo ho ba de ho a obegina no wadwonso
empake wo ho
obepake eti wo se common sense no oba why na agise me ti atinkam se menye ba me se meye
na de dia because even o de toto ebia bibi si a ya na yese wo beti nyame ne ene do so ti better no mahu say we apart from common sense no de clearly na ma hu say ampa ade we na wo so koye na nyejai ba ne ma bi oho no ma asa kasa no hunu de obefa nti ade nti na nyame ama ya dwene na wo se ye de eye ade but we are refusing to use it eye de
ya so den ene me dwene me ho chen wo ene me dwene me ne so chen o chena wo wo se opade ne na da ho a na uhia ne na ofa onwen wo chena ho
okay
se bi ko hu ade wo boutique ana obi shop na me kutesika nka metumi di akọ school na ade ne ya me fa bedwen ne sha me ho eche wo chena school ameko ho eti wo se conscience ni ye adwuma ba mama me ho kwan se me man me de ne ye adwuma de enti anya adwuma ne se me pɛ me ne eche wo chena
ma ayi mama me example bi a kwasi ade me tseye
okay
obi a wanya me say 37 ni 8th born esheniyem ntia no ena me ka say o muntwa me awo 7 no o musi mi twa ebe ha me ena ni kunu no say nti
thank you
woni hwe o ye kuani oni ni kunu nti e den kra no kra titifie 7 no e mo odin living edin
okay
nti we nyame ama na adwen ho
okay so good it was a common sense e was say chere ni say ma wo 3 ma wo 4 ye mu ye ni de be hwe nkwade common sense ma me hospital na me hwe kwan a me fa so a awo no ebi ye mbabiem ana mebo me ho ban na mansan wo dodo ma o ma be ye burden ama me abusia society community ene wo man no it in the common sense o fa anya adwuma bade wo ho
nti safo no na ede no na wie a obesa ba be bo so bo obesere wade no wa anya ama no a
ena na me ka say odwene ene ho eti sabi woni ni kunya mpaso kita ho dia odwene ne da ho onwene prevention ho
onwene nkra no mpo
da bi onwene sa ne dia ne say ene ba bi aye dai ene de ye nya free sabi mpaso kita ho die mu no eno na hia me eti obi anu ayi na adwene ti obo wana nyinsan aba eba wi afi no obedwene de obeye ho
ene no question ne de any formula ase me nya example bi anam de ama ne yahwe
yanko
because e de e be fam ti when your ba as refusing to use na
thank you
no okay so oba ni refuse so won so be ma na
thank you tina awade ye nipa mienu in the sense that se kopa se ye mienu ayati nyina ye common sense ne yemfa nya adwuma ene ye prayer ho etika ba ko de na ba na adwiri mu boy na adwiri so obu na ni aguso won fa nya adwuma de hwade usa obi to be senior ma enye wona o see na wa hata na uri na tifie compound house ana akosra no ana na ni o ma na yi ato eyito a utumi twam okwa na adwiri na kire say
be fasen ho
sa ko fasen ho that is common sense usu to be decide say matese kofa menko no watwam and so common sense is an opportunity for you to decide that I will allow myself for my brain to work for myself. It is how decide say adwene na kasa akiro ba me fa anya adwuma you won't decide say you won't listen to yourself but you do what pleases you.
We tie de nkrofo ka enti we de no but obi nso wo ho a minim another scenario so a why no ho so onye adwuma obi be se tonaton as obaji free ho a na mo ye no
yeah
wakoton baby otinso ne nso no na tie wa wo for singing room na sa ni pay nye so wo pusu no ho akonanim nti de bi on de oje ade afiri ni nua ho de bia na mama nkra ni school fees sa ni pa kro na di school fees amane ma fe wasaka se ayi mo yie no so wo se ekọ nti sa ni pa we ya wono a won konanim wo ka de ehia no a no asa de fofora sa ba behim to the pressure nti sa nipa no so e de na ha no common sense no
thank you
o ho ete kwa na
common sense and think order
sa nti o ho de bia
me no ka say o ho me no ka say sisia common sense o ho me park me car na security ban no say a high end park and sana me park no na me need say o for workers
sa
nti ni kwa say me park but car bia ni wunti me am story na me am say me parking show na car bia mbai na me interview krebia enche no ba no say so me say I am park na me minim na so me hu car bia my common sense has already judged me but me decided to still me because me feel say me nya car bia wa run ehu hwade onya adwuma ordinary de so abetu nipa so ana why na adwe so no de da bia osara obenye nti wontu ne nan common sense no and actually say kosere but the same common sense will suggest to her say e ya sorry ape bibie but why na say mere dodo abi nya fiafia ho de me nya share because anya bia to de a be won krofo bi didi o mo nchen okoje anu abeton anya bia ho no common sense a chere ni se men transfer ako koje na ton fa kakra to so na so etumi nye saa afebo so the problem with our society is that common sense ni de nya me de a chere or de amayen ya wo ye free en kwala brim usa kwala kra de sa ko sopologum we did 3 months 4 months 1 year now hey stop it will shock you no jai that is common sense
no so ne de
it be kakra na fo don ko obi bonu se be kwa mommy said it will shock me I register but ye de ne say ya nyi no ye boa pashe de bu ya dwene guso se mate me hu ba me se me nyi
nti sa nipa no me amoa no ho
say nipa no ye betumi aboa no ba ye boa ye nhye ni kura nche ne se ba cho ni die ma yiso adwene no
mate ho na se ba me kire se wo hu se se akora de o kan ye next time o ko ho a o be use ba pani de wabu na adwene guso se nya de obi kan wotie o use ne common sense no ne nti se wo se ba mu hobie no ma amoa no a no ye bebu me se me nipa boni ni ana se
no na kire se wa ye wa fa mu dia adum pempensuo bi a o sere ne se nya da bia na you can be there for him or her sister look for your way out brother look for something to do with your life Debbie you see o hwe senior Debbie will be offended that one person so you will not have time to live your life I repeat inipa o hwe senior somebody will be offended Debbie abaji na Debbie abaji no so kai say me so I have a responsibility tenye Debbie na menya ama enu ti na wo so wa adwene ye adwuma na o pe bibi ye na Debbie amambeye to say I am your source of income your source of eating your source of health your source no I am not
enti we no yenka se enipa tirimu na eden ti se bi obi atukwan
okay
nyame adom emuye ohwe ni nuanom kakra by bedu point bi no as wakate down wakate off omo pese o yade ti se nipa no e be se ni timu odin anaso o yesa a protect ono no ho ene na busia
enipa bi anti ase se ye nyina ye conscience ye adwuma wa fa de anya adwuma na nyame dom me na be de me de put into work na minya so mfa so de a mebo a so mitumi mboa ho enche me ho ti ase sa number 2 me ye nipa nti na minya nyame nti I cannot be there for you always nyame can be there for us because he's omnipotent omnipresence but me I can't be there for you all the time. Me na me hwe me maame. Me wade ye mateso. Me trumo wording there be. I have other responsibilities to attend to. So my mother should understand that I cannot always be there. The little I can do, I will do. Anye bia when you are so add the support. So it doesn't make you wicked. In fact, Mr. says me dum pempenswa, me wa yere womma. I need to set my eyes on my family and help them raise.
Ti anu no nya ni amo ho enye ase dwa bi na bia minim ba bia ofri abanka ha da na ha. Ba bia bia me free kumasi a. Ayo, ahia yiri.
Achima yiri bi. Achima da yiri.
Sa na bia me fi ayi kumase na mabaha. Na me hwe fie na nyame abo a mabaha na enkote se de kanene na ekono a. Enche sa se de fie ye abeti ayi sunti onfie bi enche sa ho.
Minum mi ho se me nhye dambo apa na abrabo ne nkoyi maame. Me mfa bi mba ya una abu mi se bitrimo de na so mi de minim se me ye ma afam de.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Na mama hwe asemwe common sense ye mu ani enamu yi. So say bia penny papa bia wanyini. Bia na last born kra wo be 30.
Okay.
Na bia papa aja one me mama agyae ene wasa akọware. Na I say omoji akọware na kra na last born 30 kra ya yepe.
Okay.
Father so de ye ntwa wo. Ye bia Father be wonum ni ade na bia last born ja one ne kokasa ye oh daddy ye wa ware me akra de me ntimi ntofo de na wo dwen ho say o young wife e de ane ne be wo so wanya be bia 60 o de me fa ni 60
okay
na one ne ko we imagine oba no ebenya 10 years kura na say wo 70 o 70 adwuma be na aye.
Okay.
Better no wa akra ni suku enom ni ade. That time no me 30 no manyini o because they say when you 70 am so am say ba na mo 40.
Okay.
Me so ma ware wo ayire ne mma. Enti maka kira mo wadwen da ho say do ho de na se wa anteme nka bebra embremu me. Eno no papa no common sense no. Ene we news na ne ba no so eniamo ho ana say we show disrespect ana say the common sense ne dem say kate akwa enti bibi say no me show say bi obi go through bibi say o ka che ne father wadwa but o hwa de no so clear ampa because me hwe wa aka your age ehia so 12 fees ehia so okwe age 10 me na mpo mom nam de no baba no enye obeden me me kunu no ye behwe ye nana but they say who at 70 or about 10 years.
Yes, and 10 years. No credit on say you from two sides. Obetumi the 60 70 na brabo ye man no siesie na chia otumi wade wo ma bofra di 10 years no di 70 na so abrabo oboto wonti timi hwa bofra no
eno so ho
ho and ye mfa no ye dada hu na kire sa ankoyi abrabo no ye bia mbofra nhwe ene dansie ni abrabo mu semti se oni bi na wonwene say 60 ukofa abofra na ne wo na be di 70 no di 10 years the next 20 years to come ebia una uni wiase akola is going to be a burden to the sisters and our cousins and now obi fufuro etini ebusa say ansa na be see the problem with us is that we don't think about the consequences of what we do. We only do it for now. Send you by your home betoyin eti okopa akola no ne na wo papa pani no odwen debo binya fair ye ne fe so nani ene hia no de ebesi wo chena de nyamasem and that has been the problem with our society sabi obekọ ye beach na wa yifi when the cut ball and go here obi owo conscience but this side is the common sense on use or the ball and be good nsuo na no pona no na se ho we are no blame obi fufuro and so the problem with our community is that we are not applying common sense.
Enti se meni obi wo fie baby no wote saa politely de ekwan be no mefo so ne saa nipa no akasa wono so bete no ho ase ama adwene no aye adwuma se de nyame ye
ekwan mi nu how I live my life should be able to talk to you. Enti enya de me ka kire wo pe kwan ya me so me fa so bo me bra e wo se di nkomo kire se hwe se ne di wa don ko ye no hwe se ne afia ye no se ne ye no wo de me nya ne sa obu a wo hwe esua de efiri di ohun ono ya badwemmani ane ye wo de ono aye na adwene se ma hwe ba de me ya na me ye de ne ye be ye de be ne se ye de akrokro ne adada ne nyansa kwan so actually transition for say a kind that when him baby I can enjoy and I think that so bet you there
nemme bunu no into omo for saa omo nyusu adwene no ene ye mpanifo nyina nso se ya de
nipa bia yisu adwene ya de
ye nya number ne kakraja oba o she nkran
ba cho me no money 0244 515544 0244 515544 thank you.
Ti oya counselor futufo bibi kire wadwen a na wa frɛ no ba ya frɛ no ebrese mu so atase ebi anu aye busy no wanfa anya ne bo apaye obesa frɛ wachiri nti already why don't go that say so ma yenna pi work natural health ase wo mo 3p garlic mixture no na wo hia wono mu a se mojabroso menstrual pain no ene ade beyi ade afri ho stroke ne asthma na hawa wonom 3p ni bi ebeboa kofi sam ne kings walk wo kan shi ubenya dodo na tu kuma se dani heba ene colina ko benya bi hoya but some heba takra de aa mensa sunyane green light pharmacy ho nyina ubenya bi ba ko nso pharmacy shop ne heba shop so benya bi ato for 0248 928 824 St Andrews Senior High School abatan yen prepare kwam fa ye mano nko na won masua nko animu Kale Kit toothpaste omofra no fa sa duro we twitwi won sia no pa ene anwumre bebo won se no ho ban kidi ministry upon so ye duro ankwada empeduane mane binom wa wo befra bonsem na amakro no watumi edidi nyumakuwe na boy ye chidom ma yetimide nkomo wo ye hie ebreye afutu owum yemfa ye nyina yemfa mo yembra fi sempanifo kan se mi se de otwasa no ya no hu se na chi achie nti yenya panifo mtutufu se ya omase bia no ne afa na so pemmeko oman hene kwabna sante etwa so midin ya fia amankwa tamaklo
Ebe so Adam asese mugusu hwe bedwuma na Adom TV multi TV so ma menka se no nkono pepepe ye peja ye mu e wa hanum se ye ka say de mpefo atrase a ene sa but quickly ma menka de ntia okoso ye Ghana ni a proud Ghanaian who exhibited these qualities are very, very important and essential. Say transparency, truthfulness, honesty, patriotism, and love for your country. That makes you a Ghanaian. That makes you a proud one, of course. Ensures that a Ghanaian also exhibited these qualities and these values. They are very, very important. Oh, dull mind, what you watch out about mind, what did you create? Essumo mind, or the adwene mu da ho fan etu anamon bia wutu like you know milk Ghana and stuff society so help me God and I say ufre hafun so mamenka say for under the able leadership of George Boache supported by a wisdom port Collins Dauda Alhaji a potential president in our region Eric Opoku munyina edamase Era Bobi deputy minister sports Dr. Benjamin and afi yera bano and almighty Frida Prempe eda munyina masi se mo so franka anim ni nananom nyina ya house of chiefs no mabedi eche nananom ahodo nyina nananom ye hira ma no pay munyina so mo bo ma half franka no epijan we can't leave out the big fishes Nana Basua ye Council of State Rep Nana Odan Sokra and Kings Cottage Bechem United CEO Era Kinsley Oshedase, Casa Oshedase, Alexi Badwam no fire boni munyina. We are so grateful. We appreciate. At least Kopi ne Yakubu Chipsa ya damaso kwaso kwa mode for Frankano. Wo pejem kama ede amai. Penfo atrasi na Mekael say ye hwe say Dennis Miracles Aboaje Babakansa, Director of Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, our presidency honum. Yeka say the Adam Agbana, Deputy National Youth Organizer, NDC. Watanasi say yene bi di eyenki tawama bibi etimi akokama ede amai. Ezu
eyeza
eyezuza
eyeza zuzu
eyezu
eyeza
eyezuzazu
eyeza zuza emefa mia
Jenjia sana mawi na ebeba o
mayini akakakra
oh wow
Yezu aka.
Ana omo nyum ba ko na pedi mo. Mama.
Say eba enyum de to say a crowd of folk. So nim sa.
Yeah, moko
eba enyum a NDC to say a crowd of folk. But very nice songs. Slogans. What was they?
NDC party bi eboko.
Oh, NDC party ni de nyame adom bibia eboko. Ye the branch organization, any reorganization process no. Yeah, that's why me no ka say impenifo bebre wa Ashanti regional registration ama new members. Na reporter menya every Ashanti region say omahini the where NDC party any Ashanti youth mebunu bebre omu eba wo menim somo pe NDC card no. It is really touching and no extra say 2024 the NDC will record very high percentage of Ashanti region because people be bring say Ashanti region stronghold ma MPP for but after 6 years in power no Ashanti for nyina ehun say eba Ashanti regional party or the development eba Ashanti region NDC there was visible development all across the 47 constituencies of Ashanti region. Now, me GDP said 2024 no NDC benya very impressive numbers of Ashanti. Another set of executives led by a national chairman, the Honorable Dr. Samuel Ofusampofo, omo Eastern regions see omo the same re-registration and then new registration for your members. Me GD said by the end of this year no we'll be done with all our internal elections, especially to the national level. We are then the vehicle to lead us to 2024. No, be ready. Now, me GD pass a Ghana for boy. I mean, so Beshra so am I NDC. Yadin kunimo 2024.
Why should the NDC be considered for 2024? Say, Omombe manage the affairs of this country. Why?
Well, I think that you were saying be say. The people of Ghana test NDC, so mama MPP funds so the same opportunities. 8 years under President Mills and Mahama, President Akufo-Addo so yamani 8 years. Aka 2 years and now the 8 years no abane we. Now we share the two political parties are parties be we are the only ones that have alternated power since 92. Omahini every sector of the economy now we say we are Ghana for Ebrea. Ya prove say the NDC is the best party for Ghana. We have proven say na yewo aban mu a Ghana for ye ma mu tomu. Ya prove say NDC yewo better alternatives. We show your educational sector. The plans now President Mahama ni NDC are now this when we were in power. We show energy sector. We show security, internal security, issues of national security. We share your economy. Ama inene bro, Ghana for bre businesses a collapse. Mama for example me, they be me catch me dealing in cement. When them say Ndra, cement per bag no, I increase it by 9 cedis. They say person who to a bag of cement, you need about 70 to 72 Ghana cedis in the market. 70. Last week, meeting Hana cement here 59 cities.
When you say POP cement within a week, I cost 3 times.
And look at 3 times. We can about 42.5 hours of cement in the Ghanaian market. You were 2 types. 32 hours, any 42.5 hours. 42.5 hours, the premium brand. Into Nubenya, Jata, any gas and Munina, super strong, almost all of that. No, only 42.5 hours. The price no, I increase it by 9 cedis. This is a 42.5 hours, which is the strongest one. I say we use. We see a down. You need about 70 to 71 cedis because of difference of locations. Maybe our tema we bet me anya be 70 cedis because I no from factory to we site to ensure that friend is transport costs to ensure that and was rosa. But we call my some mine. Pokwasi areas are cement 72 Ghana cedis, 42.5 hours. Until by the time cement bedroom tamale and not techimano Umbeto no be 80 cedis.
So what do you mean? That
2016.
But the NDC comes
NDC time now is 27 Ghana cedis.
Let's not go by that calculation, because when we go by that calculation, Adam, you get it wrong, I'll get it wrong. Reason being that we are progressing as Omai. Prices are not static, changing. And he clearly said the Obaje baton 2016 or 2008, you know. Times
Omai be the rate of increment.
Yeah, well, we can discuss that.
Which is subject, but who using the rate of increment are now what's using the prevailing economic conditions. This is say inflation rate
over 30%.
Over 30%. In fact, your experts bit or what? It says Steve Hike mo. Omo calculation here say the prevailing inflation rate is more than 60%. But on him, inflation where be someone say, how do we measure inflation? As a man you accept to say the 2-year basket mo. Now you use it average increment at the year calculation. But we over 30% inflation rate. Now what share how much increment in terms of salaries? Now what share fuel price increment? Now what share the increment in cost of living? For example, fat trotro every Medina, eba circle. Say ba be you show Adom FM, Kokobeme area. Instead of one CD 80 pesos, and can now in 2016 you are paying more than 9 cedis just to board trotro. Into the American here say, who share the prevailing economic conditions are prices of goods and services. Bibia ekosro it's here bread people cannot even afford 3 square meals Ghana. It's here bread that is the condition. I mean who say between the two political parties the NDC has proven say yeah better alternative. Yeah say the people of Ghana feel free to do their work. The issues of insecurity comparison la na me read the police reports crime rate increasing. The number of murder cases in Ghana has increased by over 111%. Retooling of police service just yesterday, police will be framing every one of the most deprived districts. Almost say some weeks or months ago, IGP nearby commission by motorbikes. But do we know say those motorbikes have not been shared to them? How do they fight crime? Border communities. Free Aflau, Echo Northern region, Kobebe to say Golu, Iowa Upper West region. Those areas are Mune, Burkina Faso for a shared boundary. We are talking about the insurgents and insecurity in Burkina Faso coming down to our side. Meanwhile, police for now more common motorbike. Any vehicle or mobile use it. So these are the practical things. See, the Ayaka said, between the two political parties, the NDC has proven to be a better alternative. In the media, 2024 minimum say Ghana for betu Obama NDC na Samba because the NDC is not good at all.
Okay, so if you just try to let them Magbanani anything, you hear him say Dennis Abuaji miracles, Babaka say, and of course, you heard Ghana said the new Mexico and the hope for us as a country and or minding for mature citizens. I'm sure say unim say sa nkomo we na idea ebeboa mai na ehu are left from a right na bibia timi akokama edia mai nti my member also be Adam. So amongst the alternative then they say osha more better managers in terms of NIPA system here than the New Patriotic Party. Reason they say the price difference in terms pricing difference in terms of normal boss the jump kono. Would you say more and come with me stop a lot of things than what is happening now?
Yes, because Omahini said we have been in power before. Nayenya power no so Ghana for whom what the NDC was capable of doing. Under the NDC, economic growth no we show a trajectory recorded unprecedented growth in the economy. It was under the NDC and inflation rate at a single digit yet to be maintaining for the longest time ever running. In fact, 2016, free abamo the inflation rate, it has been on a downward trend for 15 good months. In this Ankaye Kwadonkoka and a winning 2016 elections we share the kind of investment Nana are making in the economy. That trajectory would have continued until a point. But because of mismanagement, because of corruption, because of the fact say omo ayama omo power, say omo manage the economy, no omo di propaganda, any kasade, and omo di manage the economy ninti. And then look at where we have gotten to.
Okay.
In 2012 and 2016, President Akufo-Addo Kachre say economy be a debt to GDP ratio, more than 60%. No managers of our economy no more incompetent. Okay, okay. At the time now, Okasanu, President Mahama, debt to GDP ratio under President Mahama using the rebasing figure now 56%, and then crossing over 90%, and that is even according to all the credible rating agencies. And then you Ghana account, all the credible rating agencies are downgrading Ghana. Look at our economists here. It's the President Akufo-Addo so say who manage the economy at debt to GDP ratio, over 60% HSO you're incompetent. Now now you're approaching 90% there. Word Ben I describe it. He's a failed president. We're failing in the management of the economy.
Dennis Miracles.
In terms of forex, okay, Mami, we are on this issue of forex. Dr. Baumia, chairman of the Economic Management Committee, say if the fundamentals of the economy are weak, exchange rates and expose. So okay. Until we agree. Look at the exchange rate and at the time now, dollar was about 3.6 Ghana cedis. 3.6 cedis to $1, and then we have crossed 10. Akaka drew 11. But then I'll say it is no more about the exchange rate, all of these issues. Almost response to your depreciation of the cedi now resulting in high cost of living. Cement prices now making is all due to the depreciation. Almost response, I say, almost for me, 40-member Forex committee. Me brother Dennis Waha. Or respond there, Manon Kachre say, what has been the outcome of that 40-member forest committee now almost set it up? No? What was the outcome?
Okay, I mean, I say, Dennis, Miracles Abuaji, Eshi. But many and these foreign times, me might be brave, but more than Eshi Kwana, minimum Eshi Rado, but dear beam. Because I have slogan. I am busy with him. No man really busy to buy a credit card, my Baba, back with the bit my Baba. Na, or you win, but it's as a contest where the main couple of the Momo slogan said, free senior high school.
Yeah, national health insurance.
National health insurance.
Obi cannot be any mother free maternal care. Oka will be any mother crow. Tia Coralia. Ye a shini rado nkwa. Tia slogans ni swa. Ye no Coralia. Free senior high school. No more just so MPP. So I just you can't one district one for just so MPP. You can't national health insurance. No just so MPP. Yeah, no.
And ye zoo.
And they say Casade.
A Zuza.
You show wicked.
A zoo.
Yeah, you show wicked.
Moody Juma nature.
Show wicked.
Hey, in the midst of showing this in a mama or minor, who's here at the Moka. I might give you any out.
Oh, my, that's it. They decay me here at her for no more function. It will be out to me.
Well, check up calculation. Wrong.
I calculate.
Say, should I told you in Badwam?
It will be out to me for now. That calculate. So, be shy about
yeah, I beat you.
I would end the beat me. Yeah. Function. Oh, my, let me say, me and my pen come say, women are boy. Because a baby, you know, say, walk of a bar, and go for Castle, and I will compare, and then I will be a catch it. I have for say, you man, you know. Me fa ne se nipa mienu pa na Ghana ha ye pese ye de ya hoode ne nyansa eboa oman no nti at every point in time no e se ye hwede ye betumi na hwede omo maka no so betumi na Ghana for to me dey take a decision me ba na metie dem we kasa tintin bia who beside them a very important question say o come niama bebre na education and na health and na the abakukura ka ekumika cement na who beside a very important question say the rate of increase in the critical anambwa. Oh my, embra no more omoba be mu beje Ghana no. Na cement yet on 70 pesos. Gas. Yeah. Asat, this is where news Ewo Gasem for Ankasa, Omuankasa, news article, 2009, 20th March. I said the sudden escalating prices of commodities occasioned by the falling of the Ghanaian currency. The cedi has caught up with the cement, with the prices of the product skyrocketing. The continuous decline of the cedi has pushed the prices of cement up. Not just some brand no cost no. Air cost requirement na ACD. I say distributors have therefore increased the prices of products in the retail market. The prices are said to have gone up from 8 cedi 70 pesos to 9 cedi 20 pesos. We 2009 March. Until them fans are no mobile not 3 months pay. Until now, ye free one or 8 cedi 70 pesos. But mobile you to be fair on show. It's a cost row. You could do 9 cedi 20 pesos. Omokono near 35 cedis. Gasam.
No, you
Omokono near 35 Ghana cedis. Until we divide 35 Ghana cedis. 35 cedis divided by 9. Saying. Adena kosro emoho and 9. Akosro emoho and 9. Oh my, sisi eton is saying
70.
70 cedis divided by
72.
70 cedis divided by 35. Minu. We know and you're justified. And no say as I say, you justify say a shooting from 35 cedis.
Even in percentage wise,
no.
Performance is good. Even in percentage wise, my performance is good. But it's not justification.
Yeah, better than them.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So even we share percentage wise,
yambo ye humodin kra no. Yambo ye humodin kra no. Asa 2016 say near wo my way mu. You know how much cement prices cost. And it's here. Data they want to be fa. Want to be try and throw data. And cement prices in Ghana, Gasem cement. Cement has a wide range of cement varieties, and each variety has its own price depending on the town it's being sold. The following are the factory level prices in Tema and Takrade. Factory level. Cement price in Ghana, say in Tema, a 50 kg bag of Gasem, super strong 42.5 hour, goes for 32.638. While in Takrade, it goes for 32.49. A 50 kg of Gasem super rapid, the 32.5 hour no, goes for 32.28 in Tema. While in Takrade, it goes for 32.14. Is here. Dangote cement price wa, Simaf price wa, Diamond cement price wa, Nina ewa. It's all here. It's all here. And we are in this country. Market price was Gasem. It's a Gasem article.
Because
it's all here.
I mean,
no, please, I didn't interrupt you.
Online.
I didn't interrupt you. So I just here. And these retailers are all there. You say you're near to cement. Me as at 2015, 2016, I feel I'm missing me. And tell me to cement. In fact, places like Equiapem North, Monaco, for they are near 35 cities, 36 cities. In 2016, so I just here. Mobile phone 8 CDU. 8 CD 70 pesos.
20
oh, what you do? I don't like that.
No, but so well now.
Oh, see, Mame Kasa, please note it. Note it. Mobile phone 8 CD 70 pesos because you sworn in on January 1st.
Almost for 9 CDs.
8 CD, yeah. Almost for no. Almost for 8 CD 70 pesos in January. So I just say. The 9 CD, it had increased from 8 CD 70 as at March within 3 months. It makes a lot of difference. When you no can no pay, say a car some back when can throw to Mrs. Here. Near my bet me as within 3 months, it's moved to 9. But to make Casa make I say, you to be faster and no more. Yeah, diafa. Into the radio musi 9. But you can't come and sit on radio in the morning. You moved. Your friend is saying the price of the commodity from 9 CD. And I'm saying this. I'm saying this purely based on someone no kind. Say they are better. They are not. They are very poor. In fact, the situation we find ourselves now in Ghana, which is hugely influenced by the global situation. Two serious situation scenarios are. They never experienced it under their regime. They never did. They cannot give us a single example, a measure to these two major things. The COVID pandemic. The COVID pandemic is something we have not seen in 120 years. 120 years, you never experienced it under your regime. The Russian-Ukraine war, we've had wars over the period, but there are certain wars. You can't talk about every country to go from if we are saying mansan obey. Say you can't talk about Senegal if we are saying mansan obey. But for me, war over Nigeria, you see the impact on us because we are a major stakeholder in a lot of things in Africa. The war that is happening in Ukraine and Russia, everybody acknowledges. Obiajutum say, "Eya shronko." because of the contribution by these two major states to the global trade, any global economy. America for kasa kind. They have moved from an inflationary rate of about 0 point something to about 9%. They are saying, say, for 40 years, UK, United Kingdom, as we speak, workers, every vote say, incremental. Because the sort of struggle ne hustle Oko Brazil, it is there. Oko Vietnam, it is there. Oko France, it is there. All these global economies are speaking. And your problems is as a result of COVID-19. And then just as we're recovering, you unnecessary war in Ukraine and Russia. Even Ivory Coast, Togo, Benin, are controlled by the French economy. For a very long time, they were doing very well. Ivory Coast, they've moved from, your friend is saying, 0.9% for 1% inflation to about 7-8%. It tells you that there is an impact on the economy. IMF for report on the buy almost no COVID-19 and Russian war is having an effect on our Ghanaian economy. The rating agencies know can. Go and read their report. Anytime you pick the ratings agencies report, the first line on overview, they blame the COVID-19 and the Russian war on us. But I've said it on this set before. So, my yen to me fire how nina and share Russia and Russia won the COVID-19. As a country, we have fundamental challenges with the economy and the structure. Because if our economy and pay daily graphic people import from Russia, if you run an economy, you talk alcohol, you talk in millions of dollars. If you places like Brazil, Ghana, there is a need for a long-term solution to that. And between the two political parties, to show results. Say we have plans to give a long-term solution to that. With this industrialization drive, the automobile industry, what we are doing in the automobile industry, as we speak, about 5 global car assembling companies in Ghana. What it means is that take your full year, reducing your demand for dollar na the cars. Your cars to a tune of $125 million. Every your friend is saying year from just America, Japan and my South Korea and my UK and my any other countries are daily. Even cement here, you can't want some on the PA. My you import cement in Bikwe Ghana. We import cement from places like Turkey into this country. So what you say? And if we have a government and you say, listen, we want to industrialize. The industrialization driving has 2 objectives. But I say you be producing your man kitten and use or mining mono. Send a bayer, don't want a crab no ebe kofem. They are tossing me and say, a man humans why they abba. Then po ye no for the first time no, ye person in a better than crime and the temanita credit. Ye person man temu be a biko. Or my meno can say, and yes, crampono. Within 6 years, there were 278 of such factories, out of which 126 are operational. 126 are operational. Salisti, Yabobos, we have shared the list. 278. 126 is operational. Maybe district origin. Almost about 12 the whole region.
Under one district.
Yes, 278. 278. 126 are operational. Yes, private sector. So what do you say?
And must start to be from the scratch.
No, yeah, scratch. Yeah, we are not even interested in that. If we read all our manifestos, MPP, we are not interested in government going into. Your friend is saying, kind of win. We are interested in partnering with private sector. Nobody in the world these days is doing that. Russia, they have moved away from state-run factories. When you, this same political party, you are better, no? When you took office in this country in 1992, Kwame Nkrumah factories and non-po abana ne oni run no moton ye moko parliament ekopasembra e de ton factories ni na over 300 factories ye ne nka buy mu in 1992 aka ye nton wo man
diversity
moton ye
because of the state and
good. That is why we are better than them, because if we were in power in 1992 we would not have passed the Diversity Implementation Act to sell them. We would have passed a law to create a public partnership to run these state agencies to ensure say private investment would come in to make it work. That is what we would have done. You are here sitting and talking about education. As at the time you left government, over 138,000 children every year were dropping out of school because 2 things. 1, they cannot afford to pay for their school fees. School fees for senior high school. And then 3,000 Ghana cedis. Niamba ya to obeto to account anyhow. I will for cut market if me even free SHS. Now me 2 officers municipal chief executive no. Even free SHS crampo no. I had to support some parents. Otherwise, free no crown when to be on touch box. When to be on top a friend is saying mpaboa manemba. These children were remaining at home. And I'm the artificial cut-off point I day. Aba after the time I moved to office, no school dying. Any dormitory blocks and Kwalabe Democrat, Ebini. When we came and introduced free senior high school now, Fedie, or be to be free no. And when you say, hey, send I had there one okano, and to mean containing Kwalano, government had to go and borrow for get fund to be able to put up infrastructure in the schools. Go and see there is no secondary school in this country today. On your a classroom, and a dormitory block, and a dining hall. In this country, I'm telling you.
No.
Ask. Oh, there was make out no.
Majority of the schools, no.
There is no school Onya. There is no school Onya at least back home. Mention one. Your friend headmaster
across.
Yes. Mention one.
Across.
Yes. At least Onya Krano, when your classroom block, and then when your dormitory, and then when your dining hall, and then when your assembly hall, and then when your teachers bungalow. Oh my, I don't like it when people who the figures are there. You cannot run away from it. The figures are there. They are obvious.
But he raises 2 figures, and I don't think you are doubting those figures. Those figures, look at our inflation now, not your inflation. Our inflation. How do you?
Oh my, this is the 3rd time on this set. I say Anupia say my passionate part because this is the 3rd time. Not okay education. Tell me education. Okay, commodity. Tell me commodity. No. Listen, oh my. I have never run away from the fact that this government has 2 major challenges.
We are debt to GDP.
2 challenges.
And also
2 challenges: inflation and exchange rate. They are debt to GDP. Ni are connected to some of these exchange rate. You know, say 40% of your debt as a result of inflationary changes. And say yakobo be say 40%. Because time na your bob say no. Maybe another dollar near 3 cedi. It is here across 7 cedi in Jamaica. Oh my, these are things that me, Dennis, I will not sit on radio or TV and run. They are facts.
So we don't need to politicize. We need to get education right.
I know. Even if he wants to politicize, I don't mind. I have insisted that no government in the world to me be right. Ube wini bi, ube lusu bi. But last time me can be, me say me share about 20. Na me di 18 so na ka mi enu a. Me ye esen wa share about 20 out me ye ba akope.
Okay.
Right. We have been able to achieve a lot in so many other sectors, better than them. And if we take sector by sector, figures by figures, I can tell you on authority that we'll beat them. And let me tell you one last thing and I end. So inflation exchange rate na yekan. Which will be on befa exchange rate fee, on befa fee 1 cedi to $1. Omo connect them 3.8 to 4 cedis. Okay. Enti omo nankasisi omo ha aban we mu. Coupled with all the things that are happening across the globe, I can tell you that in Ghana, $100 $1 by 20 cedis.
Okay, so
mine started free. The last point about say, buy no na dollar to cedi to dollar no na yenya no 1 cedi and all of that. Mine a basic economic fact. Say before 2008 no. Now your city depreciation grew to the extent say now your city cannot lose its value. So the government had to engage in the devaluation of the city. So I'm not keep 4 zeros off. It is a 10,000 Ghana cedis. Now says 10,000 cedis no. When you 4 zeros a free hole, I 1 Ghana cedis. It's because of that no. Right from the beginning, $1 is equal to 1 CDR. How do you rate that as an economic achievement? Say your cedis and $1 in our knock your say $1 is to 10 Ghana cedis and more. It is a buyer decided say you knocking 1 CDR, one of the zeros off. Now say you devaluation your cedis are. You will get to that same point of 1-1. So I know the any achievement 2% will analyze it in terms of CD depreciation now. You don't take it from that one. Take it from maybe an hour before there was a revaluation of the CD. Omayini, Okasembebre, Mami started free this whole issue of industrialization. Now see, Omo in their manifesto, no, they never promised Kase Omo and Kasa they will build factories from scratch. Now they have always expressed that they were ready to partner with private companies and a private sector. What is this? So camera phone and ebe to me zoom here. Before 2016 elections, candidate Akufo-Addo ni Dr. Bawumia omu ma ye chart way consists of all the districts in the Republic of Ghana, and then every district omu list what they wanted to do over there. Into your family districts, Ketunov Municipal, now Matro, Ketunov will bring a cassava manufacturing company. And almost estimating even the number of jobs that they wanted to create over there. That was the plan that you sold to the people of Ghana. This is what you sold to the people. It's a new Kaze. It wasn't part of your manifesto.
What is your understanding of the 1D, 1F? What's your understanding?
My understanding is what they told the people of Ghana.
That what?
That they have identified, say, who district be our Ghana ha, you were certain potentials. Now, some potentials, no, to become business ventures.
Government or in partnership?
It was government. That is what they promised. In a Mitchell chart, no. They even brought out a chart where you can see every district and need the number of people.
No respect. When you didn't say that no make me train time say I don't know how mo manifest. I know or king and tell me person no on king can say under 1D 1F no.
It may be say till then is who brought out this chart.
So should I respond to you?
Any chart we almost so
beyond the chart. Maybe
chart is the chart. This is the chart. And when it comes to say I buy any private sector, but for me partnerships, and now I buy a stimulus package, any support. Every government from 1992 will be IAB and under Jomama and NDC. Yaye bebre. Uko freeze those enclave. Krana. The number of companies incorporated here at the time Chumbwa Foni Obobiamu Ewo freeze those board. They were over 1,200. Now the factories are NDC. You see here from scratch. You can talk about Ghana Gas, for example. From scratch. No partnership with anybody. Every sector, you have stimulus packages, even including pharmaceutical companies. It's a mass stimulus package. Why do you come and own a certain bragging right? Say you have brought about industrialization and all of that. So 126 factories now all can me. I'm telling you on authority say Dennis Obwa. He's not being truthful. When would there 2 or 3 districts we can locate? The Biamuka 126, 278. Where are the factories? Uma stimulus package. You are not building factories. You are not building industries. About education now, an MPP 4 years analysis of 138,000 emissary. Ridiculous. Question here say, where are they even getting that figure from? And Dennis, Osan make analysis say at the time NDC what power? Secondary school fees 3,000. Dennis, we have to learn how to be truthful to the people of Ghana. There has never been a point under NDC or even MPPR, school fees at the basic level, secondary school, across even 500 Ghana cedis. I'm telling you, school fees, you can check. Uber, you have headmasters. Let your producers call.
No, because
secondary school. Now in 2016 they were paying 3,000 Ghana cedis.
No, as fees. Talk about the 500. I'm interested in your 500.
As fees. Those is school fees.
No, we should go back. I think it's the 500 there. You have to check it.
I'm telling you, say there has never been a point under either NDC or MPPR school fees at the secondary school no every 500 Ghana cedis. Okay. Another component I have boarding fees. Now that boarding fee no.
Can you imagine?
It's boarding fee is separate.
I'm sorry.
But boarding fee is different.
I'm sorry.
Who says school fees?
I'm sorry.
School fees has never crossed that amount.
You guys are so deceptive.
University cry me no kasa even till today.
So deceptive.
Till today. University cry and book. No, but even with inclusion of body fee, 3,000. Don't lie. They say. Can you Dennis? They say even with inclusion of body fee, what is school fees? There is a school fees and there is body fee. Do they pay body fees? It's now we had invested in community day schools. Because these two are separate. University in 2016, that secondary school for 3,000 cedis. University I'm shocked. Let your producers check. Which school in Ghana pay 3,000 Ghana cedis? I'm challenging you. When I will mention figure, mention the school and let's verify. Let's not be lying to the good people of Ghana. Verify now.
No, I don't want to. I'll tell you.
Verify now.
Okay, says somewhere in 2015.
Which school?
Oh, wait, relax. I'm going to tell you. Finish and if you interrupt, then finish and I'll give you the figures.
MPP for no air say Russia, Ukraine, any COVID, any say. But COVID we buy Abeya Avenue Bia, they have used to loot the resources of Ghana. Yeah, can't COVID ni buy Ubia agree say and your impact be your economy. Any the economies around the world. But COVID ni buy no so. And more opportunity Modi raises sika bebre from different sources, including grants. Any your heritage fan you decided to touch it because now we were in a period of crisis. Now sika bebre amu raising here from IMF, from World Bank, any donor agencies, even Ghana Akrano, who set up COVID-19 trust fund. Fund you have failed to even account for. Now you raise sika bebre through all of these things. They've accounted. Now then, our economy is the worst performing today.
They've accounted for the COVID fund. Maybe you are not
accounts,
okay
with the accountability. And yes, finance minister will call parliament.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That we raised 1 million Ghana cedis and we use it to buy sanitizers. That is not account.
But clearly, he's done that.
That is not account. Because I know any account. Any account. That is not how we present accounts. Adena, they were running away from multi-party, the bipartisan committee now set up to look into how the funds were used. Say Mumma Janika Krebi Wakra in less than 2 weeks. Almost 54 million Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, we're part of those now. It was corporate sector. Senyo Hosimu Group B and raise Janine Bebrea, Omuche Wakra. I'm sorry for Bebre. Where did you even share more food? I must say, and no amounting to 54 million. COVID buy teacher for school for the piano musu for PPEs. About almost using 100 million for sanitizers, any PPEs.
So
it's a opportunity
you don't
now.
Appreciate that accountability.
They say the American say, COVID no opportunity to loot. They have not accounted. Who come Ministry of Education says here? Big mess crisis be concerning Gallup project. That Gallup project so it was a certain intervention any World Bank and to support teacher for the students in terms of distance learning because of COVID. Unim say they were supposed to train over 40,000 teachers. Ministry account now there was phantom training. Me were lectures every GES to World Bank. Said that training never happened, and yet Educhumu. Ministry of Education raising $1.2 million. So my training. These are the things that we are talking about. This is the level of corruption. Using COVID. So my so say COVID and my economy now it is not about COVID. Mona Mokacha said you were building a resilient economy. Now resilient economy the resilience of an economy it is tested in times of crisis.
Okay.
And you're gonna pay in a COVID affect here. It is only Ghana na your economy deteriorated to the extent say who compare Ghana to Burkina Faso, Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana to Togo, any neighboring countries our economy and the worst performing. Ada COVID affect omo the impact of Russia-Ukraine war now.
Okay,
it is because of mismanagement. Now me challenge you. Show me which secondary school in Ghana paid 3,000 as fees in 2016.
The secondary schools are coming 580 and 620. They are bringing the receipt. I'll show them right now. That's right. Minimum the audience, minimum the 3,001. But the 580s and the 600s are coming. So
also 3,000.
Yanko try hombra. Yeba, we sure so wafa se onana wakasa okusuku. So I'm happy to 3,000 receipts in eba. So we'll do the 580, 600 and the others as well. But when I say
worry me what GS approval in America.
EPS, there they see what UPS and also students on trial light bill or water bill or make close. Okay, so
at time
I think around 2015, 16 or maybe.
There was a conversation.
Okay, Mama come back.
Remember, I was part of the committee at the time.
Free senior school crowd, Wesley girls, some contribution crack no more JJ to work on 1,000. I'll give you the figures here.
Okay, well, Asaba, Mama Council have homecoming about to December. Nana Basua, Council of State member, Darcy P. in Kent's Cottage. Me yonko bako amene chirade or say yes, it's true. In 2016 no boarding fee was up to 900. Charles Befi, I'm trying to reach out into independent person and me person me ma etimi. Please, with all due respect, tell Honorable Adom to also tell us the school that was taking 500 Ghana as school fees. As is questioning Dennis to mention schools that it's not questioning and not questioning. You are saying Dennis not Agbanano. The almost opinion and say the facts. Let's also not 500, 300, there be paper in the account once to extra. Yet you change mine, Mr. Monty. Yeah, Ebiani a real figure. All kind of paper, or back kind of paper. Then we piece it together and see where we are heading towards. Then the super can be answered at the Magban and said, Adam said them.
Send me your evidence. Then over my 3,000.
That's what I said.
Oh yeah. Schools now go to 3,000.
Please, don't interrupt me. On mine, you see, but TV so now kasa, especially when you want political power. And don't just say it's okay. In Zambia, one kasa waku me unim say that's not what it is. And because we feel say what cannot they do to minute, no what can it be a MPP ya by mu 2016. Asama ye kan ye say. On my way, muye dream no. A quite a bit to me first for in a very long term no. A bit to me solve economic structure issues. And they say a be pe quite a be first and crankry numa. A be koso near ma numa infidi numa ketenketi about my name. On my NTDA and they say yes set up strategic team. Almost year assessment across all districts in the country to identify the common cropper a tribe and I say and we are baby. A year juma like a subebre e wo mantem bia ene ye kai say no mighty ye page 10 of your 2016 manifesto under trade and industry sub paragraph F they are any one district one factory initiative.
So what kind of message you do?
I no pay your mom hwe me no man hwe sadam or say in collaboration with the private sector the MPP will implement one district, one factory initiative. The district industrialization program will ensure an even spatial spread of industries. And then, as an appendix to our manifesto, we showed the various districts being potential. 278 of such is what we've started. 126 years after Numa, after Nkrofo Numa, Omoye Numa Woma, a producing Yama Bebre, a woman way. Or say na free zones. At the same, men will say a free zones here, Juma, and a Yegusone and Crankran, so SMB Numa. And you see, that is the sort of vision of Mumuni. The same free zones you are referring to is still there. Yet the Juma is say, oh yeah. So, and a side initiative we are unprecedented since 1992. A BNB or the deliberate, intentional industrialization strategy. About to say one district, one factory. Ya de be enuma ewo mantem ya. O my me ya ban we ya. Anka fie mra ya wo me. Anka me district ametimu nka me hu factory da. The last time me hu bibi e friend no industry. I wo me district no me hu me beto na se ne mpopo ye. Kwamoso state factory kwame nkroma time. It is one of the things they collapsed. Since that time, this is the first time I wo me no ka say no pay. Say okọ me kroma maka ma bre. Okọ me kroma no pay me no ka say mrantia she yellow top. Esha trousers black, asha boot. Omuko shoe factory, a friend shoe fabric. Omuko palm shoe. Omuko palm shoe. Any sneakers, ebi na me any sneakers. No mu wia, omu de abana yato. Sam rantie no until recently. Na ko mu ni adwuma ya omu nsan tumi yeden enko omano. Enti so betra na se obi ono te ekropon, obi ote ahafo, obi ote bono. A wehu sa tomato paste factory no e woni kurom no. Obeka se factories in here. And young midden is change. But these 126 factories across the country, no, they are within the district and they are within the community. Okay, so for our people to. Oh my manun see you. Manun see you because Kasacha pa minimum no pay.
School.
One share ya.
Schools. There is no secondary school in this country as of 2016 who spend less than 3,000 Ghana cedis.
Less than
3,000 Ghana cedis in this country. Oh, please. Please. But me come as a man. If me come as a man, not less than 3,000.
No problem.
Say 2016. And your cameramen are here. Say, a point now, I will for Ben or Tiffy or Becca me say, as of 2016, send a bar secondary school or the schools in the GES for shadow. 500 Ghana, and this is other Ghana and school. Why are we doing this?
Okay, so what is the figure and which schools and how did we arrive at this?
Several schools, and that's why I'm telling you, sir, there is no school that you would spend less than 3,000.
But the teachers are sending me.
Oh, you see, Adam is referring to the schedule.
Okay, so there's a difference.
There's a difference.
What is the difference?
That is why I said that. Don't interrupt me. That is why I said from the scratch, say. The parents, even free senior high school. When you say free senior school, free senior high school, yeah, come on.
I think say very important. Okay, so I have to speak to this matter.
In wrapping up, no.
So
3,000 was what?
Our head TV, no. Our head TV, our secondary school, no. Our backward secondary school 2015, 2014, 2016, no. So not to have 500 Ghana cedis. The parents are watching. So no, to have 3,000 is what the parents are watching.
Yes,
but I mean, ended.
Make
COVID-19. I need to say it. Otherwise, he's spoken 3 times and I've spoken twice. Yes.
Late.
Yes. And tell me to speak about COVID-19. COVID-19. So let me put it on record. Say, COVID-19 affects the economy now. The economy. Yen kase bia inuane amba Ghana and normal hine anchiche nuane. What we mean with COVID-19 has affected the country's economy is that China, baby, I cry your normal funeral. Almost shut it down. Until normally a tofu over Ghana. Nebo ebe den. Containers crowd there didn't remember. If you are broaching about it's not COVID-19 inti. Nebo ye den. So affecting the economy. You get COVID Secondly, COVID. You see, secondly, COVID. Go to Parliament. You would realize that there's a bipartisan committee that has been set up in Parliament to look into the COVID
issue. Dennis Kasano, he was very emphatic, say, under NDC, you're free abaymu. Now school fees, you're 3,000 at the secondary school.
The parents are watching.
This is a GES approved fee.
What is approved?
This is approved fees.
The parents are watching.
Up to general fees, now you're 487 Ghana cedis. 487, 2017.
Even your cameramen are shaking their heads.
And now schools, Nankasa, certain charges are already count. Omodi count no now you 560
no 580
depending on the schools be on this science lab on charges students for lab fees.
Can you imagine?
You understand?
So there is no problem with the
3,000 of FPA. That is what you said.
No,
because they have told lies.
They are spending more than
lies.
Even under free.
They have told lies.
They are spending more than
several lies. School fees, Ben. I'm asking you again. You said school fees.
Calm down.
Who now says school fees? They produce GES approved fees.
Okachi say schools no will be on the keke.
Yeah.
It is even listed as part of.
No parent as of 2016 spends less than 3,000. They are watching.
Don't you see, you don't have to. I have to conclude.